Oh, yeah. You know what time it is. You know, when I come on here, I'ma be cursing. I'ma be saying a whole bunch of stuff you ain't never seen before. I'm on vacation, so I'ma show my guns. Yeah, I'm on vacation because I've been working out. Yeah, I'm back. I done lost about 20 pounds. In case you ain't know, I've been doing the Peloton. I'm back, baby. They can't stop your boy. They can't hold your boy back. What I tell him before. It's my house, but you're welcome anytime. It's your boy, Stephen A. Right back at you with another one. Now, Stephen A. Smith is back, ladies and gentlemen. He is back. He has returned. The prodigal son is back. He's back. And he's on vacation. Why is he doing this on vacation? He on vacay. Why is he doing this? Because he knows he has to. You got to do this, Stephen A. Stop lying to the people. You got to do it. Yeah, I got to. You got to respond to Dan Le Batard. You got to respond to all this stuff, this news and development. You got to eat off of the food they left on the table for you. So today, he was coming up to interview to tell everybody about what's going on with First 10. Yep, that's what he was doing. He set out to do it, and that's exactly what he did. Yeah, straight like that. Hit the like button coming through the door. The super chat button works. The Cash App is Carcino. The name is in Carcino. You know it's in the banner. Like, subscribe, share, and all that stuff. Yes, definitely. Because today we're going to get through it because Stephen A. Smith has just confirmed a lot of the truths I've already told. This guy just gave you a whole bunch of a nothing burger with cheese as he's having his biggest show ever today on the Stephen A. Smith Show. And it was a whole bunch of a nothing burger with cheese as it came to Shannon Sharpe. Because he knows Shannon Sharpe is not going to be able to come to First Take. I know that. He should know that. But he's in talks to come to ESPN. There is no way Fox is going to get a buyout to Shannon Sharpe and then don't have a non-complete clause in the contract saying you can't go over there and do another show that is the same as this show over here. Debate format show. He cannot do that. Now, he can get a show, like I said, they're negotiating a morning sports show where Shannon Sharpe will be on there discussing football, basketball, whatever. Not a debate show, just a sports show. So that's what's on the table. Stephen A. knows that, but he's going to milk the cow, baby, because that's the game he's in now. He's in our world, but he's behind on the news. Cino already beat you to it, buddy. You was behind. You're late. You're late. You're late to the dance, but you're going to get the views because you're Stephen A. Smith. and they're going to sabotage me. I understand that. It's cool. Here we go yet again. We've seen it. Now, there's no excuse for what's happening right now. Stephen A. Smith, a.k.a. Screaming A. Smith. Oh, he was cursing today. He was cursing and letting everybody know I can say what I want to say. It's my show. I pay the bills. Oh, man, he was going insane today, y'all. Going insane. I'll pay the bills. It's my show. I'm the boss. I mean, dog, you know how that is when you put somebody in charge for the first time and they run in the house and you say, "Are you in charge? I'm going," and they just, "Hey, I'm in charge. Y'all heard them. I'm the boss. It's my show. It's my world." That's how he is on this show. It is so crazy. It just knows no bounds when it comes to him. And Skip Bayless has to be one of those people that understands that this is not a good look. When your show, because he can't keep up with the theatrics of Stephen A. Smith. Like Skip Bayless don't want to do the Skip Bayless talk show thing. He ain't even do a show this week. He does that once a week. Stephen A. Smith is on 3 times a week. He's getting a new studio. He's fixing this thing up because he knows this is his lifeline now. The game has changed. But he addressed everything that I was talking about him. And I'm going to address you, Stephen A. This is more for you than anybody else in the world. Today, me and you are going to have a conversation. Whether you hear it or not, which I know you do, because you're very vague. Very vague. So he offers a nothing burger with cheese when it comes to Shannon Sharpe. But for the very first time, he opens up his mouth about Playmaker. Because they don't allow him to talk on ESPN. But we're going to get to that.
To this special edition of the Stephen A. Smith Show, even though I'm with you as normally every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're growing by the thousands. I'm up to in his behind right the first day. So 6'9". Let me get right into it. Because I know that news has been percolating over the last few days that Shannon Sharpe is coming the first take. I'm not going to tell you that's true. I'm not going to tell you it's not either. What I can tell you is that the honchos are talking to Shannon Sharpe. What I can tell you is that the honchos are fully aware that Stephen A. Smith wants Shannon Sharpe on first take. Now, don't get it twisted. I want Ryan Clark, too, from the pivot. I want him pivoting his behind right the first day. Sometimes a week, because I love my brother.
I bet you do.
I do Marcus Spears. I want him on first take. Dan Orlovsky, okay? A.K.A. the White Urkel. I love you dearly, my brother. I want you on first take, too.
I know.
Kimberly Morton, Mina Combs. I want you on first take. Mad Dog Russo. Yeah. I want you on that, too, and I'll get into Michael Irvin in just a second.
Now, let's stay right there. Because he brought up a fact that he wants Shannon Sharpe on there. But Shannon Sharpe will not have to be on there. He would have to sit out probably a year before he's able to go back to a debate format and be on the show. He mean the bosses of ESPN. That's why he said the honchos. He's the executive producer, but he's not talking to Shannon Sharpe. He's not the boss. He just gave his, like, I'm okay with it if you guys can pull this off. And they can't pull this off because I know there's no way in hell Fox would let Shannon Sharpe leave and don't slap him with a non-compete clause for at least a year. A non-compete clause means that you cannot go to a competitor and perform whatever act you was doing on another platform that is considered a rival to the other network for at least a year. Now, you can sign to a rival, but you can't do the same content. So let's say Undisputed is a debate show. So Undisputed is a well-known, renowned debate show. So if that's a renowned and known to be a debate show, thank you. So if that's known to be a debate show, you can't go on First Take. There's no way. You would have to wait over a year or however long that period they gave you before you're eligible to go back on First Take. He has a non-compete clause. There's no way in hell. That's why I'm like, this is baffling, but not for him going to ESPN. Now, I told you before, Shannon Sharpe has a show that he's going to go to FanDuel Sportsbook, and they got FanBook TV, where they're going to do Club Shay Shay. He wants to take Club Shay Shay over to FanDuel. So he's in negotiation with the FanDuel for Club Shay Shay, where Stephen A. Smith is over at FanDuel. So he's going to be over there, and they're going to be doing a TV. You know, they got like their FanDuel TV. They were trying to do that with Pat McAfee. You see, Stephen A., I do my homework too. So here's the thing. You're late to the information. You just have a bigger platform than everybody. So when you scream it, everybody thinks you know something and oh, it came from you and blah, blah, blah. We've all been ahead of you on this. There's a morning show, people, that ESPN wants to do a morning sports show. Okay, that comes on before First Take, or it might be after First Take, one or the other. Don't know what time First Take come on. I haven't watched First Take in God knows how long. And Shannon Sharpe is going to be one of the main characters on that show. It's a sports show. He comes on the show and he's in negotiations for that and talks for that morning sports show. Kick that right off. He's in negotiations with that. So he could do a sports show as long as it's not a debate show. So the formats are different. This is how Gilbert Arenas was able to do 2 podcast shows and swindle these people out of money. He has the FUBU TV show, and then he has his Gil's Arena. Now, the FUBU TV show is considered a debate show, where the other one is licensed as a round table. You know, it's all this little verbiage in the wording that allow people to do these things that is normally a conflict of interest. So the whole thing is he would have to wait before he would go to join First Take with Stephen A. Smith. He would have to wait probably a whole year, you know, for his contract. I don't know how many years. I think he had a year left on his contract, maybe 2. So however many years he negotiated to not be on First Take or debate format, you know, that would have to be the case. That couldn't happen until that period of time had passed. Now, Shannon Sharpe is still in talk with the honchos because this is exactly what he wants. He wants to have everybody talking. He's a person of interest. He's going to make way more money than he was sitting on that Fox chair, coming in working Monday through Friday. He's built up his net worth. This is why I try to tell people out there, you're more important than half of these people on TV. Just because people are on television don't mean they got the better life. It's people on TV broke as hell. So trust me, I know. They were like wondering, like, man, dude, you got it easy. Like, you got it good. I got to get up at 4 a.m. I got to drive to the studio and get there by 6. I'm in hair and makeup and wardrobe, and then they're giving me a change of the script that they have, and the script is just really the lineup and what they're going to talk about in these segments. They might have a guest come in, so they got to scratch one of the segments out, so that segment's not going to be mentioned because we got a guest, the surprise guest that came in. Now they got to interview that guest. It's a hell of a show. It's a hell of a process. It's not like you go out there and just start talking for an hour and then you go home. It ain't that at all. And having friends in this industry, they tell you. So you know right away. He said, has to be a LeBron fan. Checks that box completely. Shouts out, man. Hit the like button, subscribe. Oh, we gonna get to all the juicy juice because Stephen A had a lot to say today. This is his biggest show he's ever done. He probably still running off at the mouth. He on vacation. He feeling himself.
But make no mistake about it. I'm not apologizing to a damn show. I want Shannon Sharpe on the first take.
Woo!
I aim to get him.
I aim to
We
get
are
him.
definitely talking to Shannon Sharpe. The conversations are official. The reports have not been misnomers or misreports or anything like that. We are talking to him, and I'm hopeful, very hopeful, and very confident that ultimately we will be announcing sooner than later that he will be on first take. Anything can happen because I don't make those decisions. I have bosses, executives like Dave Roberts and Burt Magnus and Jimmy Pitaro. They make the decision. Stephen A is not the boss.
We know that. Didn't I tell you back up everything I say? We know you're not a boss. You are a worker. You're an employee. This is what we're talking about. That's not the look of a boss. The boss ain't coming out on vacation to do a podcast because he got to. Now, they're going to try to do a workaround. The only way they can get around a non-compete clause if they're willing to pay the fine that Shannon Sharpe will be fined for basically violating the non-compete clause to come on first take. If ESPN say we're gonna swallow that fine and that penalty every time you violate it, then that could happen. But I can't see ESPN doing that. But they might. I don't know. But I can tell you one thing. The sports morning show is what he's talking about. Not first take. Stephen A knows that. He knows he knows what's at stake here. He knows what's going on. He ain't stupid. He's playing everybody else for being stupid. He knows he's full of it. But he just admitted for the first time in front of the world by naming his bosses live. I've already told you about his bosses, and I told you about them on the Patreon and how they related to certain mob activities. Jimmy Pitaro. Now, oh, he want to show his arms off. He want to show he been working out and bragging on how he done lost 20 pounds. Congratulations for losing 20 pounds. I know you had health issues. You got your nose fixed, got your adenoids taken out because you were snoring on planes and pissing people off. I know about you, brother. I know about Stephen A. Smith. I know about you, brother. So I know you're trying to stay in the game, but you're doing this because you have no choice. You got to report on the human drama, even on your vacation. There is no vacations. Welcome to our world, baby. You're in our world now, Stephen A. Because you know the writing's on the wall. Whenever Massa don't want you no more, you gone. Then what you gonna do? And you start seeing everybody get the boot. Now we gotta ramp up this Stephen A. Smith show. I might be fan doing it for the rest of my days. Now you're getting the picture, convict. Now you're starting to get the picture. You've seen everybody else leave and they got a bag. And they making more money than you. They just brought a white boy in who ain't been on that network and did nothing. And Jimmy Pitaro and Bob Iger, president of Disney and the president of ESPN, they Zoom calling every damn day. Every day. Oh yeah, I'm gonna open up the chat today so everybody can get in and talk. Everybody can say their piece today. On this one here, yeah, we're gonna open it up. See, he's spending money out his pocket for this. See, this is coming out of Stephen A.'s pocket to put this show on and do all this. This is all him. He got to pay the staff. ESPN ain't doing this. But you better watch what you say on this show. Because you think this won't affect your ESPN check, buddy? They already told you once. You've already got talked to once about some things that you said here. And talking about colleagues that you work with currently in a negative way is a violation of your ESPN contract. So you better mind. Because remember, you're an employee, not a boss. You don't make the decisions on what you keep calling your show.
Okay, I answer to them. They make those decisions. They're the bosses. So contractual agreements and all of this other stuff have to come into play.
Right. So you have no control over the contract. They say, are you good with Shannon Sharpe being there? And all, what can you say? But yes. Because if you say, well, I don't think we're going to work, they're going to be, well, you're going to make it work. Because they're the bosses. You're not a boss.
Here was Shannon Sharpe the very next day. Beyond that, because bottom line is I don't get to negotiate with them. Those are the bosses. I answer to them. But ain't nothing gonna stop me from letting the world know I want them. And I not only want them for First Take, I want them for our network.
I want them for our network. Dude, you are an employee of ESPN. What do you mean you want him? You have no say. I want him for our network. You have no say in the matter. You just stated that. You had no say. How you gonna sit there and say, I don't have no say, but I want him for our network. This is the same mentality of Massa. We sick. We sick, Massa. Massa, we sick. You keep talking about our company, and Jalen Rose was closer to you than Shannon Sharpe. And they just fired him, and you still over here Superman caping for them. They done fired all your friends, and you sitting over here Superman caping. I know. Superman caping for him.
Because I consider Shannon Sharpe an asset.
Of course he's an asset because he's knowledgeable. He's played a sport. He's played the sport before. He knows what he's talking about. He researches. He doesn't just scream. Now, for the first time, Michael Irvin drama was in February during Super Bowl, right? Which is like the end of January, first week of February. February, March, April, May, June. We're in the mid of July, almost the end of July, almost 6 months later. Now you want to open your mouth about Michael Irvin? Now you want to talk about the playmaker?
People in the know in the industry, they were the ones saying that. Well,
now you want to act like you sticking up for Michael Irvin?
that walks like a duck and quacks like a duck is not a mongoose.
Then you did something egregious here. Let's talk about that.
This subject has been very, very difficult for me to discuss.
Why is it difficult for you to discuss?
I've never known what happened.
Oh, you don't know what happened?
Obviously, we all saw the video.
Yeah, we saw the video.
And to my producers out there, put it up right now while I'm talking.
Yeah, we saw the video.
The kind of brouhaha that Michael Irvin got himself into.
It wasn't a brouhaha. It was a witch hunt.
2023.
It was a witch hunt.
And it was a young lady he was talking to. And he had spoken for approximately 45 seconds. We can't hear anything. All we see is a conversation. And that is it. The next thing you know, Michael Irvin was accused of, at the very least, misbehaving or doing something inappropriate. We don't know what that was.
And all we do know is you didn't do anything about it to protect them because you have no power.
So let me step out on a limb a little bit.
Step out on a limb.
I am not going to cast any aspersions against another human being. I don't know what Michael Irvin said to that woman. I don't know what happened. All I'm going by is the evidence that has been placed before us. Ladies and gentlemen, all we have seen is a 45-second video of Michael Irvin talking to this young lady and then both of them going their separate ways. That is it. That is not a reason for this 3-time Super Bowl champion and this Hall of Fame to be unemployed or off the airwaves entertaining us the way this man entertains us.
Woo! You see that? Now, why can't you say that on ESPN? You should go ask your bosses, why can't I say that on ESPN? Why couldn't I just say that line on ESPN? You're not taking a side. It's based off that 45-second clip you just saw. Why you couldn't say that line on ESPN? What was the problem in that line? You could have said that on ESPN. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they're showing an ad or something right now. He can't say it. Why he can't? You see, that's the point we're trying to make here. Why you can't say this on ESPN? If you keep talking about and talking like you a boss 1 minute, but then saying, "Oh, it ain't my decision," the next minute, yeah, it don't make no sense. I'll be like, make up your mind. Which one are we going with here? Are you the boss or are you the employee? You got to make it make sense at one point, because this is going to get real interesting. Because he said a whole lot. He's like, he's not even middle management. He's an employee. He's the talent. They want to make him, he thinks he's going to be the face of the corporation and he's the main guy. No, you're not. They just reported today what I reported to you last week, that the company is being given to basically Pat McAfee and JJ. JJ Redick and them are taking over. Why do you think JJ Redick wasn't let go? They got plans for him. He's got no raise. He's going to get a raise too. He already got an extension. And then when his next contract comes up, he's going to get a bigger promotion. He's getting more assignments. And they're going to be getting paid more than Stephen A. Stephen A's got 2 more years. And then they're going to tell him, you could take your bags and walk. Massa gonna say we don't need you no more. We're gonna take Pat McAfee's. We're gonna go his route. But thank you for all you did. Here's a nice plan on your way out. Oh, we want you back, but this is all we're gonna afford to pay you. So he knows that's coming. He knows that possibility is there. So now he's trying to build his own. Because here's the thing, Stephen A. We're going to get to your next statement too. Because this is when you should have really kept your mouth shut. Because here's the next thing he said right after saying that, though. Now
if the NFL Network doesn't want him, they have every right.
They have every right not to want Mike Irvin.
If ESPN doesn't want him,
if ESPN don't want him,
they have every right.
They got every right not to want him.
The reason why they would have the right not to want him, ladies and gentlemen,
why?
Because business is business, and in the place of corporate America, sometimes if something walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's not in my news.
Wow! If I'm Michael Irvin, I'm not coming on the show to work with you. I'm coming on the show to smack the living out of you. This man is finna sit here and go and play like the company and go against the other side. After what he saw in 45 seconds in meeting that girl, he just saw there's nothing there to say he did anything. But I can see why the company didn't want to bring him back. Why? Well, if it walked like a duck, quack like a duck, then it ain't a mongoose. What the hell that mean?
And if you are constantly finding yourself in questionable situations, an employer will potentially say, I've had enough of this.
Oh my God. Michael Irvin has not been in a situation like this, or he keeps putting himself in a situation like this. He was in a hotel room, walking in there, getting ready to go to his room. He didn't ask the woman to come meet him in his room, nothing. And you're already insinuating Michael Irvin is at fault. After saying, oh, I'm with Michael Irvin. Then you come around and do your devil's advocate and be the house Negro you are. This is what a house Negro do.
And as a result, may turn around and say, we just don't want any more. That is entirely plausible.
Oh, no, it ain't plausible. Because he didn't put himself in a situation. He did what any other human being in the face of the planet does. If somebody stops and talks to them and stop them and they have a conversation with them and they leave, hell, anybody can get charged then. You can't walk into a hotel lobby, speak to someone that walked around to speak to you. They came around and was waiting for you to come in, saw you coming in and wanted to come talk to you. He did not call this woman. He didn't call the hotel lobby asking for her to meet him in his room. Nothing. He didn't mention the hotel manager who was waiting on her and was upset. She was talking to Michael Irvin, who took her to the back as soon as she got through talking to Michael Irvin, and where this whole ridiculous story got concocted. Stephen A. didn't mention him. None. So maybe it is good you didn't talk on ESPN. But we know why you really didn't talk on ESPN. Because you would have said this goofiness. Now, anybody else who don't know better would say, oh man, he just saying what they got the right. No. You're the worst kind.
What? In case y'all haven't noticed, since that time, I've lost about 20 pounds. My hairline has receded by about another foot.
Nobody cares about you losing 20 pounds. You want to show your guns off and talk about your weight. You keep making everything about you. Michael Irvin's situation ain't got nothing to do with you. See, that's how you know you a crab friend. You a crab person. This guy will never have your back for nothing in the world. He the type of dude, if he do something for you, he gonna remind you of it. And then come the Jamel Hill situation. I told y'all before, it had nothing to do with Jamel Hill. It had everything to do with Dan Le Batard. He didn't even know Jamel Hill interview said that because he didn't even listen to Jamel Hill's interview. He listened to what Dan Le Batard had to say about him, questioning his credibility. Now, as I told you, him and Dan, as I called him, Dan the Bastard, that's his name, Dan Le Batard. So I said, oh, that's Dan the Bastard. So that's it. Because I know his show, highly questionable. It is not a debate show. It's not. They see the topics, they have a discussion. It's not a screaming match like that. But highly questionable wasn't like First Take. It just wasn't. It was his own thing. But it was more informative, I thought, than First Take. First Take is a bunch of screaming and noise. And I'm just don't even deal with it pretty much anymore. So he was gaslighted by the fact that now he just heard this Jamel Hill clip, and what Dan Le Batard or Dan the Bastard was doing was shifting the blame over to Jamel Hill, because he's like, oh, you won't touch that because that's a black woman that came on my show and said that. If I'm Jamel Hill, I cuss him out. If I'm Jamel Hill, I'm cussing you out, because you trying to shift this man to come at me and saying, hey, don't get mad at me. You mad at what Jamel Hill said. No, he mad at you. And I told you that. But now you done played this clip. He ain't even see it. Now he's like, yeah, I am a little mad about what she said. But let's go into what she said.
Of sports broadcasting and the shows that exist on the air today. Listen to Stugatti.
Dan, I want to talk to you because I'm concerned about.
What I said in regards to Jamel Hill. Before I go any further with that, could y'all please play for me Dan Le Batard talking about me and bringing Jamel Hill, reminding the audience of what I was alluding to.
Okay, now he's finna remind the audience.
I brought up Jamel Hill's name.
Shout out, bro.
Play that for me, please.
And more objectionable than some of the stuff that we're talking about is his problem's not actually with me. It's with what Jamel Hill said on our platform. And this is more complicated because I'm a much easier target for him to put a name on than going after the black female that he also respects, that he doesn't want to start that back and forth when it's easier to just frame it under me. When I didn't say the thing he objected to, which I understand why he objected.
One of the things he objected.
Well, no, I believe that what he objected to, let's play this sound from Jamel on our show. Oh, I believe that the strongest objection by him, I understand being insulted by this, if you're him, is one phrase in the sound we're about to play for you.
About my situation, it's like they were reacting to a moment then. That moment said that people didn't want to hear any political talk, any racial talk, any social justice talk. Not that that was something Mike and I were doing every day on SportsCenter. We weren't. They let a false narrative persist about our show that people just kind of ran away with. They let the idiots in the room control the conversation. People like Clay Travis. That's what happened. And because they allowed those people to direct their course of action, they panicked. And suddenly they were very intentional about the things that they were doing in our show. They wanted black faces, they didn't want necessarily black voices. And that's how it came off, right? And so because of that, ultimately we wound up paying the price.
So what Jamel Hill was saying is that what happened with the show is that they painted a false narrative about the ESPN 6. They got a whole new boss, and his whole thing was to break that up. He was a Trump guy. That was another thing. So everybody who was so political, claiming that ESPN was political, and that one show was political, but they let Clay Travis do and say whatever he wanted to say and control the narrative. And she said they really wanted black faces, not black voices. Now, that's the way it came off. So here's Stephen A. reacting to that.
Couple of things.
As he plays double agent back and forth, he makes up a narrative like he's supporting you, then he comes and stabs you in the back.
Said, ain't nobody running from anything. Number 3, Dan Le Batard, my problem shouldn't be with you. You're wrong. Because you provide the platform. Allow me to explain. Jamel Hill, and I appreciate Dan Le Batard playing what she said months ago in context because I didn't hear that initial part, what she was explaining, how she came to the conclusion of black faces, not black voices. Okay? So I appreciate the context. I'm a black man on ESPN. Ryan Clark is. Marcus Spears is. The great Mike Wilbon, who's been a mentor to all of us, is.
Mike Wilburn is the biggest and the captain of the doggone House Negro Corporation for ESPN. If you a House Negro, he gonna find you and mold you and make you into one. Now let's go.
Stuart Scott was. The great John Saunders was. Damian Woody still is. Bart Scott still is. Kendrick Perkins still is. Louis Riddick still is. Sam Acho still is. Kimberly Martin still is. To say a statement like the network wants black faces but not black voices, who can't understand how that would be interpreted by a black voice on the network?
Stephen A. just when it said all of these names that were black people on there, how many of these people were actually on the air when they were doing their thing? What they mean by black voices is how many of those people on ESPN are talking about the things that Jamel Hill and Michael Smith was talking about on the 6th. What she mean by black voices, meaning that people who talk about things that affect black people. You're not stupid, Stephen A. Don't try to play stupid now. You know what she meant. None of those people you named are doing that on that show, on ESPN and on that network. They're not touching certain subjects. This is why you didn't talk about Michael Irvin. Why didn't you come out to Dana White? You went up there and they made you defend Dana White. That's what we mean by black voices, because you ain't it. You ain't the black voice. Nobody looks at you as the black voice. You're the safe guy. You House Negro number 2. Will Burn is 1. Because if it was, and you did have a black voice, you wouldn't have to say it on Stephen A. Smith's show. You could say it on ESPN. But you can't. So that's what she means. And it still stands today because you can't say nothing over there. So she's right. You don't have a black voice. You just screaming. So they're using you and your black face to say what they okay with you saying. Can't say what you want to say. So stop it. Stop acting like you don't know what she's talking about. And like she's crazy for thinking the things she's saying by naming other black people who don't say any of the things on that show that they were talking about, that they got removed for, that none of y'all fought for them. So shut up. You don't know what you're talking about when it came to that. That brother Michael Smith is out there. Did you save him? Did you go get him a job? No. You act like it wasn't your business. Like the House Negro you is. So act like it's your business now. Act like it ain't your business now and move on. Focus on Dan Le Batard.
Which means you're in a monkey mile with the rest of us. Don't act like you some dove flying around while all of us are asleep. If we stink, you stink too.
See, he's being hypocritical. If we stink, you stink too, Dan Le Batard. I know some things about you, and you always coming after ESPN. Let that man come after ESPN. That's ESPN's business. That ain't your business. You don't own ESPN. You just said you're not the bosses. If that man has a grievance with ESPN, why do you got to keep coming out speaking for the company? That's my company, man. That's it, man. Ain't nobody talking about ESPN land. That's him. Come on, man. They can't talk about ESPN land. Come on, man. It's ESPN land. You think you gonna get away with this doggone casino? This ESPN land, baby. This gonna always be here. Long after you go, I can't stand you, casino. That guy name was Steven too. So we all know who that character was made after. But he confirms everything I talked about his fame.
He's not lying about that. He's a real one. But you can be real. And you could also be real unwise.
That's right. You were real unwise.
Acho still is. Kimberly Martin. Faces, they just don't want cute voices. Man, Dan Leviton's there. We should talk about it. That's all I'm saying. So for those of you out there, don't look at it as shady. Don't look at it as Dan Leviton and I beefing. We don't like each other. We love each other. It's my brother. We do. We just respectfully disagree on that particular instance. Just like
I don't love you, man. I don't love you at all. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You ain't my brother. I don't know you. You ain't a distant cousin or a relative. I don't like dudes like you. You would do anything to get ahead. Sell out anything you got to get ahead. Then play both sides of the coin. And you talk from both sides of your mouth just like you did now. You'll say all this stuff about him, then talk about I love you. Now, don't take that to heart. I love him. He's my brother. But I could see why they wouldn't want to hire him. He's a kleptomaniac, alcoholic, drug addict, but we can't judge him. I love him. He's a good brother. I'm confused. What is he? That's how he talks. Notice he didn't say, we got to get Jalen Rose back. Why is Jalen Rose gone? He made too much money? It just don't make sense. Why do we got to go get, why we can't keep Jalen Rose? Why you ain't saying that? You sitting here clapping your hands, shaking your butt, waving pom-poms around, trying to get Shannon Sharpe, somebody who didn't even work for your network, who you barely know. Let me repeat that again. Who you barely know. And then you got Jalen Rose, who's been your boy thick and thin. He's the reason you got on First Take, and First Take took off. You were coming on as a regular guest, laid off of ESPN, the same company butt you kissing now. They had fired your ass. And you were sitting at home. You were sitting at home, working at a cubicle, going to CNN. Tamara Hall saw you because she was working there. Couldn't believe it. Like, Stephen A. Smith works here in a cubicle? What the hell? I just saw him on TV. What is he doing in a cubicle at CNN? Oh, yeah, we better let people come up. We getting down today. Well, we just had to call it out because this is that bull. He did all of this, right? This whole nothing burger with cheese. Friday, I got a big announcement. He's on vacation. Ain't no big announcement. Shannon Sharpe is in talks with the bosses to get a morning show and work on a morning show on ESPN while he take his other show to FanDuel. So what the hell are you talking about? We already ahead of you on this. Ain't no breaking news. I knew you wasn't breaking no news. He can't go to First Take because he has a non-compete clause. How you going to get around that? ESPN going to pay that fine? So he can come to the network, but he can't be on First Take. A non-compete clause will not let you do that. That's what I said in the video. I'm like, I can't believe in buyout history, there's never been a buyout that I know of in history where the other team said, the other people that's buying you out said, yeah, go over to our competitors. Go over to our competitors. It's cool. No, you have to sit out. You have to sit down. You're not going to fire somebody who's doing the job you want them to do. If you sit there and disparage a player in the league that's coming into the league and the network don't suspend you, warn you, or anything, that means you're doing what the network wants you to do. See, if David Stern was still alive, Malika Andrews would probably never cover the NBA again. Because David Stern would be like, you're not going to embarrass a player that we have vetted already coming into the league. You're on notice. She'd have been on notice, and any other screw up like that, she'd have been out. David Stern didn't play. You weren't going to mess with his league. And see, that's one thing about these people that they don't understand is that, well, the same thing that you like about them is the same thing going to end up kicking you know what. And then while you sitting here and clapping and caping for ESPN like it's the greatest show on earth, it's the same show that didn't want you to do First Take. And you saying ESPN, they created First Take. ESPN ain't create a damn thing. Jamie Horowitz created that show. It was their idea. The people that are the bosses that you're talking about now, they weren't even there. These are new bosses. John Skipper was there doing coke and doing lines all over the goddamn place. You forgot? Cokehead John? Jamie Horowitz grabbing hoes? All the lawsuits? You forgot? That's why Jamie took the show and went over to Fox. Then all them old cases came back. And they got Jamie Horowitz fired over there at Undisputed on Fox. So now he's in like MMA or something. Shouts out to Jamie, man. John Skipper had to come out and tell the whole world he did coke. The president of ESPN, former president of ESPN. Talk about that on the Stephen A. Smith show. I guarantee they want to hear about that. Who's now over there at the Dan Le Batard show where they can both get down? That's what you wanted to say. When you say, oh, I know about you. I know some things about you. And old John Skipper over there. That's what you wanted to say. But you can't say what you want to say, not even on the Stephen A. Smith show. Could you say, oh, that's my brother?
The incomparable Doris Burke, those are my colleagues. I'm the dumb one compared to all of them.
We know that you're the dumb one compared to all of them. You think they don't know you're the dumb one? Listen to this.
Working with Greeny, working with the brilliant Mike Wilbon, friends with Tony Kornheiser for years.
Look at the people he naming. Let's listen.
Executives in the business for decades, dumb worked at the John Skipper gambling retarded. Your partner, our former boss.
Oh, he's talking about Skipper.
I profoundly respect and appreciate.
Oh yeah, now he's talking about the Skipper man. Okay, all right, he getting down. Let's see.
Intel. The hell are you talking about?
Let's hear about it. Come on,
respectfully to anybody that says you don't know the fuck you talking about.
Woo!
You don't have a clue.
Woo! He just dropped
one of the greatest things ESPN has ever done is create the platform that is first. You may not like the show sometimes. You might have liked it when Skip Bayless was talking about Tebow every day, every segment. I didn't like it either. That's why we changed. Don't tell me that Skip Bayless ain't a great talent on television. Don't tell me that he's never discussed serious issues.
He kind of didn't, but let's go.
Everybody out there dumb. We number one for 11 and a half years because we dumb.
Pretty much. The people that watch it is dumb.
You know that Damian Woody scored over 1,600 on his SATs? Ryan Clark dumb. Molly Kieran dumb. Lewis Riddick dumb. Dan Orlovsky dumb. Mina Kimes, brilliant Mina Kimes, dumb. Jeff Saturday before he went to the Indianapolis coach job, dumb.
Jeff Saturday got a hand job. They handed him that job at the head coaching position. And yeah, that's just another story. Another just walk-in head coach.
Matt Dog Russo, a Hall of Fame broadcaster, dumb.
No, they're not dumb. Mad Dog is just a flat-out, no-good, old-school guy who just screams on the radio. Just a radio guy. Nothing serious about him. They're not dumb, Stephen A. The people that watch you and all of that circus is dumb.
Dave Roberts has been an executive for decades, dumb. Norby Williamson, who's been one of the elite executives in the business for decades, dumb.
No, they're not. They're smart for making money off fucking bloodsuckers.
They all worked at the John Skipper.
Yep, they worked on I just told y'all about old cokehead Skipper.
And the top. Your partner, our former boss, who I profoundly respect and appreciate. He had dumb people working under him.
I don't think he knew who was working under him. I don't think John Skipper knew who was working under him. Let's just bring it to the light because I don't want people to think I'm just making stuff up. Boom! There it is. John Skipper details his ESPN exit and cocaine extortion plot. His doggone dealers was like, look, we want some money and we telling everybody the Skipper is getting down. Getting down with the pounds. That boy was doing choo-choo. Down, get down. Skipper had to come out and tell the whole world about everything so they couldn't extort him no more. Skipper owed so much doggone money to these doggone people for that blow, baby. He wanted the super blow. Here it is, right here. How are you? I'm doing fine. In your resignation statement, you wrote, I have struggled for many years with a substance addiction. I have decided the most important thing I can do right now is take care of my problem. Do you feel that you have done that, or at least begun the process? I did get some therapy. I did go into treatment. I thought the best thing to do was to take some time to check myself into a facility. And I was able to understand a bit about the substance use and to think about how it intersects with my life. No kidding. Therapy isn't easy, particularly for a Southerner, tight wound with the traditional values. I would have not been necessarily comfortable reflecting and being self-reflective. I've grown to take care of myself continuously, lifelong process. What I've done is taken some time for reflection. I have an opportunity to not use for a long period of time, and I have resources to help me now, which are ongoing. So let's talk about the nature of the substance abuse, please. The statement I released was accurate. I had a substance abuse problem. I grew up wanting to be a countercultural. I worked at Rolling Stones for 10 years of my professional life. I had a point of view that recreational drugs were recreational, that they weren't dangerous, that they could be used without repercussions. So we are talking about alcohol. No, I've been a social drinker my whole life. I enjoy a martini. I enjoy a bottle of wine with friends and dinners. I never had an issue with alcohol, you know. I'm an old hippie. And then an old New Yorker from the 80s. So it's safe to assume that your substance addiction was cocaine. It would be safe to assume that. Now, I am not making the questions up. The questions is right here. I am reading the interview live. It's safe to say, yeah, it's safe to say that I was doing blow. Man, I'm trying to tell you, they was digging. They weren't finna let the skip out of this interview. Any heroin? Never. Opioids? I don't use opioids. I never put a needle in my arm. I'm not interested in fentanyl. Did your cocaine use ever get in the way of your work? Never. At ESPN, I did not use at work, nor with anyone at work, or with anyone I did business with. I never allowed it to interfere with my work. Other than I missed the plane a few times, I had a few canceled morning appointments. I have never been a daily user. My use over the 2 past decades, in fact, have been quite frequent. I judge that I did a very good job. It didn't get in the way of my work. I work very hard. I work smart. I work all the time. Then why the hell are you resigning? It did get in your way of your work. The denial effect is amazing here, ladies and gentlemen. The denial effect is amazing. Oh my God. The denial level kept going up. That's what made it more funny. It kept going up. And that's Skipper. That's the guy right now working on Dan Le Batard's show. Right now, that's his partner. I don't think the Skipper has cleaned up his ways. I think the Skipper was still getting down.
Bob Iger pointed it. Bob Iger Dunn, one of the greatest executives in American history. George Bodenheimer, the former president, was also one of the people that appointed him. George Bodenheimer, a brilliant executive, the one. I'm the one who had undiagnosed dyslexia. I'm the one who still reads things twice because I still don't have full confidence of my comprehension from time to time because I.
Oh, now he admits he's done. Let's listen.
George Bodenheimer, the former president, was also one of the people that appointed him. George Bodenheimer, a brilliant executive and one of the most decent human beings you'll ever find on the planet Earth. Dumb. They were dumb. I don't usually spend my time addressing my colleagues because I respect all of them. But I ain't gonna take that shit from y'all.
Woo! Woo! Look at that! He mad! He big mad. Look at this. When you talk about his former bosses and all the people ahead of him, above him, all the bosses, Bob Iger and Disney and all these people, look how he turned into Stephen for real, don't he? Man, you better not be talking about them Negro. He mad. I don't see him get this mad for nobody else. He don't get nobody. He get real mad when you talk about Massa. I forgot I dropped the link.
Oh, what up, Cino?
What's up, T? I forgot I dropped the link. I said, man, I did drop the link.
You want to take it back now? Nah, man. What's up with your man's, Dad? What's up?
Man, this dude just got caught out here capping. I mean, big capping. He act like he had a big announcement to make, and it was a big nothing burger with cheese.
But my thing is that how many times is you gonna go out on the limb for your bosses, man, that don't care nothing about you? You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. He does it. He puts his foot in his mouth time and time again for ESPN. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, they didn't fire him. They didn't threaten to fire him. But he got in trouble when he got in trouble when his coworker violated the clause, and he still got in trouble. You know what
Exactly. That's
and
what I'm saying. Michelle Beadle came out and talked about him with the Ray Rice, and then he got suspended
and had to apologize.
Yeah.
It had to apologize. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude, man, like, is not. He should not be considered a skull. He should not be any kind of example for what you want to do as a black person trying to be in media. You know what I'm saying? Now, Stuart Scott, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really the last sort of any kind of respect I've had for ESPN, you know?
Yeah. I'm with you. I mean, but listen to what he says after this about his own intelligence. Now he just put them all on the level. Now he mad. I'm the dumb one. Oh my God. He said all these white dudes is smart. I ain't gonna take it. I'm dumb. Oh, snap. I'm the dumb one. Oh Lord.
I'm the one who had undiagnosed dyslexia. I'm the one who still reads things twice because I still don't have full confidence of my comprehension from time to time. I'm the dumb one compared to everybody I mentioned.
Can you believe this? Can you believe this?
I can believe it coming from him. I can believe it coming from him.
Yeah, damn, man.
I can believe it coming from him.
Can you believe this?
Hey, man.
Actually came out and said, just for these white folks, I am dumb. I'm the dumb one.
He's just trying to find ways to make his bosses more money, man.
Good Lord, dog. He got mad because he's like, you calling my bosses dumb? Ooh, he got real. He started my man started cursing. He got animated. You ain't get animated when they fired Jalen Rose. That's supposed to be your brother, right? That's my brother.
Yeah, that's what I said. He always calls him my brother. Yeah,
I don't think he messed with Jalen Rose like that, man. Like, you know, I still never think he really got. I don't think he never got over that argument they had way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Where he cussed him out about how he be coming out black athletes. You know what I'm saying?
Right, calling them bums and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And Jalen Rose took real offense to that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because he was calling people trash, bums, and all this other stuff. Like, and then yeah, what did y'all do as athletes? Y'all didn't do nothing. You know
Yep.
what I'm
You
saying?
know what
You
I'm
was
saying?
sitting here calling people bums and bust and all this other stuff. So that's why Jalen Rose he stepped up, and I definitely agree with you. I don't think he got over that as well too. But he just be, I swear, he just be faking it to kick it with some people,
Yeah,
and just be
it's
like,
all for image. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Like he listen, you know what I'm saying? He wants to be considered like the black of like the voice, like Cena was saying earlier. He wants so bad for people to respect him and see him as anything other than House Negro number one, Uncle Tom number one. You know what I'm saying? So anything that can boost his image with the black community, he's gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Or he gonna latch on to it. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But when it comes to using your God given ability, because he has a magnanimous voice. You know what I'm saying? Like people, that's how that's why he's in the position where he's at, because he got a big old loud mouth. You know what I'm saying? But instead of using it to speak his own mind and his own thoughts, he just regurgitates what ESPN wants. You know what I'm saying? And
Exactly.
it's so
He's a company
obvious.
guy.
Yeah, all day, every
Company
day.
guy.
And
And
listen,
I would
I can't even be mad. Like if you want to be a company man to do that, go that route, that's fine. But like, dog, they hang you out to dry every time, bruh.
oh, it's
You know what I'm
cutthroat.
saying?
Oh, it's
They
definitely
hang you out to
cutthroat.
dry every time they get a chance to. And like Sino said, you know what I'm saying? Like with the internet wave and shit, dog, they getting rid of they putting all the old guards out the pasture and shit. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Everybody they trying to go with new faces that they don't have to pay a lot of money to. You know what I'm saying? And he's on the top of the list, I'm sure.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
A lot of them dudes is on the internet now. A lot of them was like, oh, these people on the internet, they're not credibility and all this other stuff. But now they all on the internet. So it's just like it's a contradiction. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
because people are tuning ESPN. Listen, I seriously have not listened to ESPN seriously in well over a decade. You know what I'm
I
saying?
believe it.
Like dog, like it became unwatchable like years ago.
Oh yeah, sure.
Like
I
years
agree with
ago.
you.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't watch. I haven't watched First Take. I mean, listen, Max was getting on my last nerve, and Stephen A. Smith with their takes. I'm just like, bro, I cannot watch this. It was getting too stupidity to me. Like, it was just ridiculous. But I stopped watching them, and I just stopped watching all the shows because it was just like every time you watch the show, it's like they're basically repeating what the last show said.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
all
like
the same
watching the
thing.
same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all the same thing. You know what I'm
It's like
saying?
they're all under like they all have to say the exact same thing. Nobody could go off script. It will be like one or two few people like I would say Robert and Skip would go off the line of like saying that they don't really mess with LeBron James. Like they actually had guts to even say that instead of saying LeBron is the greatest of all time or the greatest player to ever play the game. You know what I'm saying, and all that other stuff.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like dog, like when Stuart Scott was there, it was still a mostly a news sports network. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dog, once they got to the point of everybody has to have an opinion. Like most of them, I could care less about their opinion in the first place. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when they sit up there and everybody spewing out their opinions and shit like that, like it matters. It's just uninteresting, bro. It really is.
It really is.
And the only interest they could ever even generate is when they argue and fight with each other. That'd be more headlines than what they're even talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, and if they're not arguing, if they don't have like a controversial moment, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody even cares, bro.
Right. If it doesn't go viral, just like how the Stephen A. I mean, what was it? The Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless when they was going off with each other, that went viral. That's what actually got my attention. Other than that, I'm not really watching the shows and stuff like that. I rarely go to these shows to actually get my sports education from. Like I actually come to the internet because there's a lot more people that actually have more sense and actually knows what they're talking about when it comes regarding
And they're
sports.
unbiased. Come with an unbiased
Exactly. They don't have
opinion.
no genders
You know
behind
what I'm
it.
saying?
Some do and
Right.
some don't.
Exactly, and those are the people that you don't listen to, the ones with their agendas. That's I'm like, that stuff don't work. People, I'm like, y'all try to fool the masses.
Hold
of
on, Tino,
people.
your audio is kind of messed up.
Oh, it is? My audio messed
Yeah.
up?
Yeah.
What they doing? They trying to screw me over. All right, I'm gonna leave and come back.
All right.
But yeah, like man, ESPN has been trashed for well over a decade now. You know what I'm saying? And you know, she see with the thing is with Disney going through the financial problems that they're having, you know, like Disney was really they was paying everybody bills. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But see that faucet is kind of dried up. so like ESPN, they in panic mode right now. Like I heard like a couple days ago, Disney's even come out and said like, look, we trying to find somebody to buy a piece of ESPN and take some of that burden off of us. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Because they're losing money.
Yeah,
They're losing money, and they're having big layoffs and stuff like that left and right, and they're
all
just trying
across
to
the board.
exactly. They're trying to find any way just to survive because nobody's watching their shows and stuff like that. It's not interesting.
Nobody's going to the movies. Nobody's watching their shows. Nobody's going to the amusement parks. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just, I know. As a matter of fact, I think the theme parks is the only thing that's kind of keeping them afloat.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying?
but the
But everything
pandemic hurt.
else,
Yeah, the pandemic really hurt them. That's what really killed them.
In my opinion, ESPN fell off 2012.
2012.
Hell yeah, okay.
Oh, it's good. It's good. You just sound a little low, but you're good though.
Oh, it's low?
Yeah,
I can hear you now.
I can hear you.
Yeah, they tried to hit me with a move. That's all that was. They came in with the spike. They came in, yeah, they came in and put on. They was like, "Oh, okay, we know what this is. Here we go." They came in, yeah. They came in with the Oriental spike.
You said the Oriental spike.
You already know, man.
Terry Bam Bam Gordy. They hit me with that. I'm like, hey, I ain't the one coming on there talking about I'm the dumb one. I'm stupid. They smart. You think all them people they smart? You think they hired him?
That boy, man.
That is ridiculous, man.
So
all them people, I'm the dumb one.
You think Shannon Sharpe gonna sign with ESPN?
Yeah, I think he's gonna do a morning show over there, but he's gonna take his on his Club Shay Shay is gonna be on FanDuel. I think that FanDuel they're gonna offer him the better deal, and that's gonna be better for him to take his show over there, and then he'll do a morning show over there. But I think he's just gonna be on the network, not on First Take, because they have a debate show, and he for a while he won't be able to be on there. I think eventually after they get past that non-compete clause, he'll be able to go ahead and be on First Take and be on those other shows. See, right now they can't do that. He can get on the network, but he definitely can't do. He definitely can't just jump on First Take. So I think Stephen A. already know that. I think he's just playing off of that to get attention for his show. So today he built it up like he was going to make a big announcement, and then he came up with nothing.
You know, I'm no Shannon Sharpe fan. Like not as far as him being a personality. I'm no fan, but I understand he has his Club Shay Shay's got a huge following. You know,
yeah, because he actually does real interviews over there. You know, like I was like, okay, they got a decent show over there. He's not like performing. Like when he on what's his name? He just started performing right away. And he just started going into his characters and all that. You know, he don't do that on Club Shay Shay. Okay. He just it's just a clear cut out interview. He asks the questions, and they just go through the interview. So he liked that a lot better than what he's been doing. So
man, he got man.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm glad he got his show and all that thing. As long as he don't interview Boot Thing, we all right. Like the White House.
No. He gonna keep him to the side.
Yeah, that's gonna be more like Interview with the Vampire and shit.
Damn.
With Boot Thing.
Yeah, he got Boot Thing over there, boy. It's this one guy. I guess he just found out about it, man. This dude been on YouTube, like, man, look, dude, Shannon Sharpe styling. Dude, this dude just found out or something. I'm like, dude, we been spoke on this.
We talked about that last month.
Yeah,
a
that
couple
dude was
months
like,
ago.
man, Kwame Brown was right. I'm like, dude, I was right. We all was right.
I mean, I think someone just came out the closet.
You go on Instagram, you gonna be right.
Right.
I'm
What's
saying,
up,
man,
Tino?
you got this dude here sitting here recording your booty, man. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah. Then he walking out to the car. People like, dude, who is that walking in the car doing all this?
Right.
Holding the bag. Now the stylist supposed to just drop the clothes off and go home. What the hell he doing?
But I'm like, who? All right, what celebrities take their stylists to the court, like on court side? I don't understand that. It looked like they
He
was
don't
on
leave.
the
He don't leave home without his stylist.
You gotta take your boo thing on dates and stuff, man.
But
This is how
court
you
side,
listen, man.
it's getting too bold nowadays, man.
Listen, man, you gotta treat your boo thing nice and shit, man.
So you don't get aggressive like on Dwight Howard?
Oh man, that nigga just thirsty, bro. He has a whole different kind of thirst.
Yeah, that dude got me scared to eat meat, man. I'm swearing, man. I'm gonna be a vegan for a minute.
That shit had me dying yesterday.
Yo, you had me dying, man. I was sitting there driving and dying.
I'm about to go vegetarian on these niggas.
Like, I was in the store, man. I was just dying. Everybody was sitting there looking at me, bro. I was like, only if y'all can hear what I'm listening to.
But for real, that's some old nasty, freaky shit. You know
That's what he said. He said it. Like, man, I get freaky. Look, dog, I ain't got in my thing. We ain't got no fruity pebbles at all. We got cocoa pebbles. Ain't no fruity pebbles.
Oh my God!
Ain't no
yeah, we don't even do the.
Nah, what took me out was what took me out was at the end when this man said, "Well, I ain't gay like that,"
Like, what do you call it then, bro?
Right.
What do you call this, dog?
That's what I said. I'm like, then what the heck you gonna call? What you call this then, man? I don't know what you calling it. I'm like, what are you calling it then?
I don't even
Okay, there we go. We back to 4K now. I was like,
man, that should be dying.
yeah, I'm like, what they calling it then?
I don't know what they call it. It's getting creepy.
You probably don't want to know. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to know.
Probably don't want to know, man.
As soon as I seen that picture, I was like, "Oh man, what do I do now?"
Yes.
Y'all surprised by it though?
It was like, oh no, what's going on here?
Right. I said, "What pastor he done now, man?"
I ain't surprised by Dwight Howard, man. Look, on the Patreon is more about his ass. He's 40.
Yeah, he done been caught out there, a few times now and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I believe it.
What's his name? Anthony Peaches, his boyfriend.
Michael Peaches.
Yeah, Michael. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in
I told
Orlando.
you, we don't discuss Patreon stuff.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Man, but you know what would kill me though with Dwight Howard though? How are you gonna go on a sports show claiming that you're not gay, but you got a whole pink suit on?
I was kind of giving him a little bit of props because everybody was getting on his head a couple of weeks ago.
I don't know what they call it.
Everybody was getting on his head a couple of weeks ago when they had a video come out of him training his son and shit, and his son was crying like, I can't do it. And he was just trying to push him, you know what I'm saying? Like, suck it up. You know what I'm saying? And everybody got on his neck for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you need to slow down on Dwight Howard. That's like so respect. I felt that shit so much. You know what I'm saying? But He done fell
Yeah,
off.
that was his first drama.
Like, as soon as you try to give him a little bit of props, man, he just lets you down.
Yeah, he
All
just.
the way.
But we got to share the same damn
Way
birthday.
down the hill, man.
Oh, you got the same birthday as him? Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Listen, we
I
do
say,
not
ain't
party
this
the same, dog.
right? That's what I'm saying, man. I don't get down like that. Hell no.
Man.
Me and Nicki
They
Minaj got the
said it
same.
was at Atlanta. What was it?
I hit
Atlanta
you up
mansion. I was like, oh, that's a dead giveaway.
What you say?
You're gonna be like, let's have a party together. Let's celebrate together. Me and you.
We do not party the same, dog.
Nah, Dwight, I'm good on that, partner.
Nah. You like
I
all
got a
kind of beats
mansion
at
in
your
Atlanta,
party.
man.
Right, that's I'm like, nah.
You'll be like, I'm not on your team, man.
Nah, for real. Nah.
Man.
Oh my goodness.
Like I said, the dead giveaway was the Atlanta mansion, man. I was like, oh yeah, that went
And
down.
the dead giveaway was all that shit comment. Then he was like, I just want you to know, I ain't gay.
Hold on.
Listen,
Did one of the attorneys call him on the spot?
Young buck the whole time.
I ain't gay.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah.
I'm gay. I said,
Man, you know, man, that man was doing 100 miles per hour, sweating.
I was
Making
just
that-
defending Buck. I was sitting there defending him like, man, fuck ain't, man, no. Gotta be out your mind, man. Why would they do this to Buck?
Yeah.
but I mean, the thing is, like, nah, if he just go ahead and accept it, what it is and shit, what he like, you know what I'm saying?
He took
he
a picture with Little Nas X.
He probably makes so much money and shit, dog. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. He would be getting his Caitlyn Jenner and all that stuff on, man.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But instead, he want to front and be broke and shit. I don't get it,
Right.
and be unhappy and shit because you got to be in the closet and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Trapped in the closet.
Man,
Crazy, bro.
I'm gonna tell y'all, man, what got me going completely crazy. I was sitting in there watching Oppenheimer, right? So I was watching the Oppenheimer movie. So I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm sitting down and I'm like, all right, here we go. Like, I'm watching the trailers and I'm like, oh man, here it is. This black guy that lost his daughter. His daughter she was with a white friend, and they go and get lost. And then everybody looking for him. And then next thing you know, I'm like, oh, it's one of these like missing movies. They got to find these kids. They was at the school, got lost. And then 3 days later, they just found. And then it was like, man, and then kids are acting weird, like just all out of it. And next thing you know, they start acting like they possessed. And then all of a sudden, the Exorcist music come on. And I'm like, oh God, what is this? Next thing you know, it's the mama from the first Exorcist. She pop up on there. And the demon, both girls, the black girl is possessed, the white girl is possessed. I said, what's going on here? And it's the same demon that possessed Linda Blair, the first one. It's the new Exorcist movie. Boom, Exorcist believer. I said, oh Lord.
Okay.
I said, man, I'm like, they should have prepared me for something like this. You don't do no I'm in here to see Oppenheimer, man. I'm ready to punch one of these white folks in here. Get up out of here. I ain't trying to see it. I am not trying to see this in Dolby Atmos. Dude, I'll go see that in a regular theater, not no Dolby Atmos surround sound. I'm like, hey, y'all doing too much up here. They doing way too much. And then it's only in the theaters. It is not out on YouTube or nowhere yet. Anybody who saw that trailer had to go in there. Yeah, you had to see that, man. They showed it at the Comic-Con and it's in the movie theaters now.
Okay.
I said, man. I don't want to hurt nobody, but I will hurt somebody's dead body. Exorcist movies, I can't do those, man. That's something I got to get the hell up out.
Cause
You don't like
Richard
it, you
Pryor and Paul Mooney to go see the movie. They left the movie. The first one. I remember
All this
Paul Mooney
wild
talked about it.
sounds, hell no.
Oh yeah, they was high on drugs and watching it.
That's a whole
There's a
different
whole
experience.
different experience when you high on drugs and watching something.
Yeah.
And watching it flat out.
Cocaine
Yeah.
is not a recreational drug, Dad. I love you,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
him and Richard Pryor sitting in there and they had a screening for it, man. They was in there terrified, man. You showed them that and people, they looking around and people just sitting there still and watching it. That's what made them feel even weirder. They was like, these white dudes ain't moved. They was like, they in there like, oh, god damn. Then he ended up doing it as a skit on Saturday Night Live.
He sure did. He did.
That's
Man, they ran up out of there. Him and Richard Pryor ran up out of that place.
Listen, that was like
Didn't Rick James date the actor? One of the-
they don't even make scary
Yeah,
movies
Rick
like
James
that no more.
take Linda Blair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, they don't.
Real psychological horror
Yeah, but
movies and shit.
Linda Blair, she gonna be in this too. This is a trilogy.
That's kind of
This is the first one of a new trilogy, and this is an exact sequel to the original. They eliminated part 2 and 3.
good. Cause them shits is trash.
No, three was terrifying. Now 3 was terrifying. They got it right on the third one. The second one was that was garbage. And man, the dude, they got chased down the street. When the second one came on, when it went off, the dudes who made it, when they got up and they ran up out of there, people booed them and they chased them out the movie theater.
That's crazy.
What?
That's how goofy the second one was, man. They was ready. They were mad as hell. They was, man, this is trash. Man, people,
They got it right for third time.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the feeling of the first one. Like it was just, man, that was a different. You know, back in the 70s and shit, man, they didn't have all the CGI and all of that shit, so they used to have to try and really, you know what I'm saying, trick the audience into being scared in other ways. You know what I'm saying? Like Exorcist, that's still one of the scariest movies to me.
It
is. Know what I'm saying? Like to this day, you know what I'm saying? If they could follow up that format, that should be on point. You know what I'm saying? And
what's the movie? The Polka Dots? The Polka Dots? What do you call that movie?
The Poltergeist.
Yeah, that movie. That movie was scary as fuck too, bro.
Poltergeist ain't scared me at all. I'm just like, leave. Folks all knew, like, just go, get out of there. What they standing around for?
It's like Paranormal Activity, man. Like, why are you sitting there trying to fight the ghosts? I don't get that.
My thing is when
they
it's
white.
a situation that's out of your control, it's time to go.
Yeah, it's time to go. Like
Amityville Horror. Like, no, the blood is coming out the sink.
Right. What you gonna do with that? Yeah,
he like, white folks just won't leave the house. They just be like, no, we're staying. I'll be like, look, I'm going.
I'm out.
I would have been gone one time and be like, get out. I'll be all right. I'm gonna send a moving crew.
That's it.
It's yours before it was mine.
Hey,
you got it.
I'm getting the hell out.
Right, I'm out. That's it. Ain't nothing to discuss.
This shoot, the door start closing by itself. I'm gone. What are you talking
ghosts come up in here, popping up, like sitting down on the couch. Oh, I don't want you here. I'll be no problem.
Okay. Yeah.
You should have told me a long time ago.
You could have told me on the walkthrough.
I'm glad you said so.
Right. I ain't like this house no ways. Like,
all right, I'm gonna get up out of here and I'm gonna be out your head. You ain't gonna have no more problems out of whole Illinois car seat.
It's an Illinois car seat.
The door start closing behind me. I'm gone, man.
Yeah, but that's real. You
I'm packing the stuff up.
You don't fight with no ghosts about nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no, you don't.
All right, I'm up out of there, man. That Exorcist clip was crazy. Dog, she came in there, the body, the blood, the body. She in the church. She down the lane. I'm like, man, look, I don't know what's going on with her. Like, she got, like, it was communion day up in there. So I was like, man, she done drunk all that cranberry juice. She gone. She coming in, the body, the blood, that
Man.
body, the blood. I'll be like, hey, this church thing ain't working. They walking up in the church now, possessed. I'm like, oh, hell, we're getting up out of here. It's time to get a new church. I've been like, well, this church ain't working.
Man.
This church ain't working. I'm like, how they walking up in here just going to spend day, the body, that bad, that body. I be like, hey, shouldn't you be like foaming at the mouth or something for walking up in here? I need to go to another church. We out of here. This ain't
Like,
nothing.
all the holy waters on fire and shit, you know.
Right.
Man, I can't watch that and be around white folks. Can't watch movies like that. No horror movies. I was like, if I watch a horror movie like that, Exorcist, I can't. I don't trust nobody. I gotta have a Bible and a knife.
Oh, so you gonna be like Snoop Dogg when he was on the plane? Gonna have like a
Yeah.
Here goes Outlaw, dad.
Oh, plane, baby.
Here goes Outlaw, dad.
Yeah. Back in that death row, I made sure you got Big Suge and all his goons and Pac up there. Nah, your dad ain't riding with us. You riding with us. He saw that Pac was mad with him and everything on the plane, man. He was like, I'm finna go to sleep, man. I ain't going to sleep at all. I'm up for the whole 3-hour flight. I ain't going to sleep.
But hey, Cino, you didn't ever think Snoop was a little probably over dramatizing that situation and shit? Just
hell no, he was not that. He damn sure did have a knife under that blanket. He had a knife in his head and everything else. He knew what time it was. He was on there by himself.
So he rode by himself, man.
Yeah, he made his father and all the rest of them, they had to ride on the other plane. They couldn't get on the plane with him.
Nope. He said, nah, the security, your dad, nope. You by yourself. You gotta come with us.
I'd have been like, hell to the
no.
no.
Get on the plane on the first
I wouldn't even got on. I would have. So he said that I wouldn't never got on.
Like,
if it's me, I'm getting on. I ain't getting on the plane by myself. Period.
I'm like, sure, you got to share. I ain't going to want
nobody I love on this flight. Nah.
I'd be like, oh, you tripping? Yeah, we all come together.
Yeah, we
came together, we rode together. That's it.
Exactly.
Well, we get another plane.
we gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
All right. Cause the stuff jump off on this plane and it pop off.
So Cino, how long you think this Hollywood strike gonna last, man? Since we talking about movies.
Hollywood strike for probably about another month, but then somebody got to get whacked, and then they're gonna be back to business. A lot of people gonna go. Actors finna strike with the writers. Oh, somebody getting clipped.
What, they gonna raise the money to go and clip somebody? God,
ain't no raise no.
Nah,
it's
the
studios.
Yeah.
Somebody getting clipped. That's just how it is. It happens all the time. This happened before. A woman, they chased her down and got her in the car. She was like coming from the awards. She had just came from an awards ceremony. And as soon as they came from the awards ceremony, it was like a professional hit. I'm like, who want to hear her? She was like a nobody. Like, damn, they sent for professional hitman for her. Like, hey man, she was in the way of progress, man.
Right.
I be seeing Fran Drescher. She's trying to make herself the face of it. I'm like, okay.
Shoot.
She's gonna be, I don't know why somebody just shot me. Right. Well, Fran, you pissed everybody off on TV with your irritating voice.
Right. Now you put yourself on Front Street. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, see, what happened to that guy with that own Cash App, man? Like, what was going on with that situation?
No, they got a new currency coming out. He was in the way of progress.
See, yeah, I knew it.
Yeah,
Damn.
and he was out there, and where it's raining, man. Hallelujah. He was down there, and one of them, they could easily take you out down there.
Already in disguise and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they know his vices. They know his vices. They're gonna be, he's gonna be down there, boys, 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 and that's gonna,
Man.
They're gonna just say it was a hate crime.
They gonna go in there fully disguised and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's standing in the way of a new currency, and it's a new currency in town.
Yep.
Yeah, that shit was like a little too fishy. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Yeah, it was. And then they just talked about it one day and then never talked about it again. I'm like, damn. It's like that man never exists. Like he didn't just build a whole situation that everybody started using.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, they got him out the way, and even on Bed Bath and Beyond, that he just committed suicide. Like I always tell my mom, I'm like allegedly, because you don't know in those positions.
Yep.
For real.
Yeah, man.
It gets crazy, man. Yeah.
Yeah, the entertainment world is a bad MFer, man.
Oh, it is, man.
You not, nigga, what, man? You not lying, like for real, like.
Soon as you start generating a lot of money, man, they start looking at you, and if you ain't a part of the progress, they're gonna try to infiltrate what you made and get you
if
out
you
the way.
ain't part of the problem, you ain't part of the solution. You part of the problem.
Yep.
You think Ice Cube down with them people?
Oh, Ice Cube?
Mm-hmm.
Cube is he already realized what time it is. Like Cube already know what's happening.
Yeah, I figure, man, the way he used to talk back in the day, it's even a surprise he can be out here in today's climate and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like how he used to talk about everybody back in the day. Jews, the LGBTQ, everybody, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I figure he got to be in somebody's pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know that.
Got to. He got to be protected.
Right, dog.
Yeah, man. Because we was always wondering why that Friday never came out, man. It was just like they ain't trying to push him like that.
Well, the Friday they never gave him the money for it, and that's because he never really owned it. Like he like pretended like he did,
right?
Like Cube Vision and all that, but he didn't own the rights to Friday. He sold the rights to it, so that's why he be mad now. Friday, they could put Friday out, and you don't see Friday on display. Be like, damn, dog, why you don't put Friday out on like Netflix? Why ain't Friday in it? Because they own it. So and they ain't gonna release it back to him. So he don't own Friday. None of that.
Did he write the movie Friday?
Yeah, he had Cube Vision, but see the thing is he wrote that with DJ Pooh. And him and DJ Pooh fell out after the second one. And that's why it went to crap after that. And it was like, it went to crap. And see, Car Wash, the movie Car Wash with Dr. Dre, that was the original trilogy. DJ Pooh wrote Car Wash, right? So he went and left that and did that script on his own, and he went and signed with Death Row with Suge. So so Suge, he did that. Yeah, all those was supposed to go down with Suge Knight. Like they had this was back in '96 when Friday was made. All that was gonna come out with Death Row. Tupac they was gonna make their own little mini movies and stuff, and like this was all Pac's ideas. That's why he was making so many videos for the All Eyes on Me, because they was gonna go into the DVD game. So that's why DVDs was just coming out, and he was like, "Oh, we're gonna put them out, and sell the tapes." And say he's like, "Man, we sold 5 million tapes. We'll sell 5 million like VHS movies at the rental place. And we'll rent them, man. We make the little rental VHS tapes, make all the music videos, put them on there, and then we can just go from there."
Right.
So That's what the plan was.
Hmm.
The plan was always to go that route and say, let's do that. Like, let's go that way and let's take the videos there. That's why he did All About You. He started just making videos and stuff. I don't know what's going on over there.
It sound like the rec room and shit, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Sound like the exorcist up in here. I'm like, wait,
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
going on?
X be having some crazy ass background activity going on. It be real life though, man. We love you, X, man, but man, I be worried about him, man. I be like, man, is X right?
Hard on the yard, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hard
X
on the
be having
yard.
somebody in the back, man. It be everything going on. It be a whole life going on behind him. I be like, how you got time to be on the line? It be like a whole thing going on behind him. It be pots flying. I tell you to do that. And he'd be like, yeah. So again, I saw it and it was right.
Like, you just gonna act like that ain't happened?
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, what happened? Somebody just got shot. Yeah, that'd be all right, man.
It'd be all right. Niggas get shot every day, B. He be all right.
X, man.
Yeah.
Blessing us with Patreon content. Yeah.
But you,
Yeah, about the sports game, man.
I got a question. I was speaking of Friday and all of that. I thought that New Line Cinema had went out of business back in the day. They got bought out.
No, they went bankrupt. They signed a deal and they rebranded.
Okay.
So, but yeah, New Line Cinema's there. They got a new distributor. That's all.
I forgot what I was watching, but at the beginning I seen New Line Cinema. I'm like, New Line Cinema?
Yeah. New Line Cinema's still there. They back. They just was down because they had lost all the money. But that was the house Freddie built.
Yeah.
All right. X, you survived.
Nah, my niece had washing clothes and shit.
Oh, okay. We was like, man, you got a whole lot of action going on.
Have you heard the new Nas yet, Cino?
I heard the Nas and 50, but I've been doing this. When I get into the car, when I ride, that's when I'll start playing it.
Is it dope, T?
Oh, the Nas! I heard the Nas and what's his name, dude. People already hitting me up telling me what songs to play. Oh, see, don't wait till you hear this.
Yeah,
I'm like, man, let me get to it. I'm like, I'm gonna get to it. Wait till you hear Black Magic, baby. Black Magic remind me of this. It remind me of a Black Adam movie. I'm like,
the Black Adam movie.
Yeah, I don't even know what the hell he's talking about, but dude said, I was like, I gotta listen to it, man.
Black Adam.
Check it out. Yeah, he said Black Adam movie. He was like, Black Magic, man, it's gonna remind you of the Black Adam movie. And I'm just like, damn. I was like, I don't even know how to even how that makes sense, but
how do you even correlate that?
Right. But I had to listen to it and see.
Man, to me, the thing I really like is, you know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds like Nas is just having a whole bunch of fun making these records and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can just kind of hear it in his voice and shit. Like, he's enjoying the creative process, in which I don't think he was enjoying after.
When you got your money, that's the creative process. When you ain't got to worry about the bag, you could just make the music and you cool. You don't need to put a bag. You good.
Right.
He owns stuff, so that's good.
Yeah, he just like, look, let's make some new music. I got the opportunity. I got the bag. Let's just go ahead and get it done.
But him and Hit Boy, man, he found the right producer to really regenerate his career and stuff like that. So I definitely think they're doing a good job with that, with the production side.
Yeah, I mean, like Hit Boy, he can blend new style with his 90s style, you know what I'm saying? And it's working, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, like I said, I think the most important thing is he having fun in the creative process again. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was really lacking for him for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the thing that he did with Kanye West, it didn't sound like he was like happy doing a creative process. Like It was a
well,
mess
that's
when it
because
started
but
first
see, that was
dropping
kind of
stuff.
like the bull ish of the game, because you know what I'm saying. Like, you know, if you
Yep.
listen to how Nas said how it went down, like Kanye totally switched up the beats and the songs on them and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't even recognize the project. Like, it's funny. Like like right after the album came out, you know what I'm saying? He came here and did a show with Erykah Badu. You know what I'm saying? And I went to the show, and you know he didn't know the words and shit. He was jumbling over the
Oh,
words and
yeah.
all of that. He like, my bad,
Damn.
y'all. Like, my bad, y'all. Like, this still kind of new on me. This and that. I'm like, damn, dad. You know what I'm saying? Then you come and find out, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, just Kanye was just on some bullshit with that them whole little releases he did. When you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he had to
Tiana
come.
Taylor was saying the same thing. You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, because the quality was bad at first when it first dropped, and then they had to come out with a whole different sound and quality and everything.
Yeah,
Like
well,
I think
people
it
was
was
they was recording the album, and then but they was totally different from what they had thought the album was going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like Tiana Taylor said, she was supposed to have a song with Ghostface on her joint. You know what I'm saying? Her album barely got released because she just wasn't about to roll with it. You know what I'm saying? She like, nah, this is not even what I
oh
did.
yeah,
You know
with the
what I'm
whole
saying?
7 song situation.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
She was
That's
like, this
that's
is not even what I recorded. You know what I'm saying? You on some other shit.
right, and
Right.
that's why artists get upset because
Mm-hmm.
normally when they record something and it don't come back the same way, you know, you sent it out. And you were like, all right, cool. And then they get the tracks and what you recorded to, it ain't even there. And you listening to it like, when did I do that?
Yeah, right.
Huh?
Right. Like, what is
Yeah.
this?
Like I didn't put that with that. You didn't messed up my song. The song was perfect. What the hell you doing?
Yep.
Right.
You
Nah,
know what
but
I'm
this
saying?
sounds even better. I made some more.
Yeah, people was like, man, this album is terrible because it ain't synced up right. Because Kanye
Yep.
can't engineer. See, this is the problem with Kanye West. He thinks he can do every damn thing, and
Yep.
that's his problem. You can't tell him nothing. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mhm.
dog, you don't know how to engineer, bro. It's cool to say you don't know how to do something. You don't know how to engineer, and that's you could tell it wasn't syncing up right. See, this ain't like chop. He
That's
think
that
it
Gemini in him.
right. He think of it like making a beat. Like, oh, you could just chop it here and do that. You know the ground rules of how to do it. You don't know what you're doing. She's a singer. It's different.
Right.
You got to
Right.
really know her
Right.
engineering to sync up, you know, with just changing a whole music and how she was singing at different octaves and different levels at certain points of the record. It changed. It goes
Mm-hmm.
pitch a change and go up to a certain level depending on the beat. So if you change the beat, it'll sound like she will be going off key. And it'd be like it won't even sync up to the track, and it makes her sound ridiculous, like she deaf or something.
Right.
And it like it just was not hitting with the audience either. And she was like, you just screwed it up.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
really screwed up the
She was
record.
hot. She was hot about that shit. You
Yeah,
know what
she
I'm
was.
saying? She was hot
And
about
she
She
that.
don't
ain't
hold her
somebody
tongue
that
either.
bite her tongue. She's
Yeah,
somebody,
yeah. I was just about to say that. She don't hold her tongue for nothing. She gonna let you
you know.
know.
Yeah.
She was one of the ones that came out and said, "Listen, I ain't with the seven song project situation that they got going on with good music. Like, it was terrible, you know. Like some
Yeah,
songs, the only song,
the rollouts was bad. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, it was just it did
Kid
not work
Cudi
out.
seeing ghosts or something like that was one of them, and it was the Pusha T Daytona. That was
I
actually
think
good.
Kid Cudi do one? Like, everybody did one
Yeah,
except for Big Sean.
Kid seeing ghosts or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was terrible. The rollouts.
Hey,
The
but I
same
tell
song.
you one thing about Oppenheimer, man. They had my girl in that butt naked.
Who?
Cool.
Oh, the girl that was in Black Widow, the one that played the sister.
Oh, but Yelena Belova?
What's her name?
That was the character she played.
Yelena. I thought, okay, yeah, the sister, yeah.
Oh, you mean
The,
sister as in the black girl?
no. I'm talking
The
about
sister of Black Widow.
right, the sister Black
Okay,
Widow.
yeah, Yelena.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yelena. Yeah, Yelena was butt naked and riding it. Well, Oppenheimer was just
Wow.
nasty.
Hey, I
I'm
messed
like,
up.
man,
I
she
messed
was like,
grabbing it, putting it in. I'm like, whoa, what's going on in here, man? Oppenheimer is
dude.
live.
Listen, I mess with Christopher Nolan when he ain't doing Batman movies. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You ain't like his Batman movies?
no.
Man, that's a shock. I love the Batman movie.
Man, listen, like the only credit I give to even back the second one is because what's his face stole the show. You know what I'm saying? Like
Joker.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger stole the show. Yeah, man, without Heath Ledger, man, Dark Knight would have been garbage, dog.
I've never heard it.
Yes.
Dark Knight
I've
was
never
fire,
heard this
man.
in my life.
Go back and watch
Dark
it
Knight
and
was
see
fire,
how much the plot makes sense. The plot makes no sense whatsoever. You know what I'm saying?
No, the
And-
plot made a lot of sense. Oh my God, I've never heard that like this in my life.
No,
Listen.
that Dark Knight was
Fall out right now.
Listen, you ignore a lot of shit because Heath Ledger like steals the show, like literally. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm trying to figure out what was wrong with the Dark Knight. The bank robbery was great. That all made sense.
The
Everything
hospital
made sense.
scene
But
was
dog,
great.
what about that where he locked himself in jail, blew the whole jail up just to get caught? I mean, no, he got caught just to blow the whole jail. It was just that shit was just not. It didn't make no sense.
No. You gotta understand. This Joker was a pyromaniac.
I get that.
Just to see the world burn, but he wanted to get caught anyway, and so that they would play their hand, so he could see everything that was going on. He was gonna get caught. He wasn't gonna stay in there. He knew where they were gonna take him. He knew they were gonna take him to a safe place and not transfer him to where they wanted to take him. He wanted to see the whole thing play out in front of him.
Did he
So
know
he saw
that?
everything play out in front of him, and he was like, "I really thought at first you was dead." He's like, "First I was thinking like, man, that is dead, especially when you jumped out the window for a little girl. I thought you was him, but now you ain't him." He's like, that's interesting. You know how you feel about his woman? That's the only way his mind went. But he already knew as soon as he was caught and they're going to be worried about him, everybody else is going to be putting them in two locations, putting them in two different warehouses. He already knew which locations and where to go. So it was already a contingency in the plan anyway that had him there because he had people in the police department on the payroll with the mob. So he already knew what was going on. I was like, no, he was 3 steps ahead. Every time they tried to do something, he knew they weren't going to be able to save nobody but one of them. That was it.
How though? You know what I'm saying? Like that's
what you mean. How he had the mob.
He had the mob.
Right, he's working with the mob. Remember, they hired him. He was going to
infiltrated the police officers.
But see, you know what I'm saying? He kind of, like you said, he was a dude that wanted to see the world burn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
and he had to kill Gamble. And the only way he could get past Gamble's security was to have him bring him to him dead, like he was dead. As soon as he got there, like he was dead, he got past all the security, and then he had paid all his boys off anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of that just had to be implied and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you just look at it as the movie, you know what I'm saying? It really don't, like, how could you get A, B, C, D to happen all in a row? Even the mistakes happen perfectly like you want them to. You know what I'm saying?
What mistake happened that worked perfectly?
Well, like I say, you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, just like you said, you know what I'm saying? He thought that Harvey Dent was really Batman and shit. You know
he thought he was really him.
Thought he was really Batman. You know
and then he went and grabbed, until he went and he showed up and he grabbed it. Because he was going to take that and all that and go with that plan. But then once he got caught, which he knew he was going to get caught, he's going to let himself get caught so that he can go into there. They were going to take him wherever they was keeping that guy because they couldn't trust anybody in the police department. They created so much distrust.
But bro,
so he knew they were going to take him where they took Laos, which was stupid, but they took him in the same location where Laos was. Right. They figured we got him. He locked up. So ain't nobody going to get in here and get him. We got everybody here. We got him him here and Laos. But like he said, that guy's gonna squeal. No, I'm like,
He's
dude,
a squealer.
everything, yeah. That guy's
But
the
to me,
Batman ain't got no jurisdiction, and he gonna talk.
that nigga went to Asia. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Yeah.
But like I say, like man, like oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? We can say that it all makes sense, but what really drove that is Heath Ledger's performance. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
If he
exactly.
didn't
I
have
would
the
say that
performance, if he didn't have a performance as good, it
the
would be a
whole
lot
movie
more
Yeah, Heath
glaring and
Ledger,
shit,
he
dog.
killed it.
You
And
know what I'm
what
saying?
about Batman Begins? I'm like, man, that movie was great.
I
Batman
didn't
going
like
over
that
there.
either. I
You
didn't
didn't
like
like
that.
Batman
No,
Begins?
because
Oh my God, this is a shock, man. This has got to be the most shockingest thing I've ever seen.
okay, now let's start with the dude they had playing the Scarecrow and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the
Like
dude who's playing Oppenheimer right now.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
good. He's good in everything else and shit. You know what I'm saying?
What is you
He
talking
was
about?
he was listen, dog. This
This-
this whole thing where he was trying to make like Batman like in the real world with if applied the real world to Batman, that just does not work for me, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like even when they did the Bane and shit, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna do the Bane with none of the juices cut, you know what I'm saying, with him on the juice, you know what I'm saying, getting pumped full of the LeBron juices and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to bring some realisticness to a comic book kind of world, and it's just your blend doesn't work and shit. Me personally, I prefer Tim Burton and Danny Elfman. You know what I'm saying?
Oh hell no!
Listen,
No.
dog. They still, but listen, dog. The Batman '89 is the basis of every other Batman that's been made since then. Comic book and animated and live action.
Batman '89 ain't even comic book accurate.
It's not.
The Joker ain't kill his damn parents. I'm like, what the hell going on
It's
over
not.
there?
It's not. But it's more of the world that is portrayed in the comic books and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it looked like more comic booky, but yeah, I like the grit. And then the one with Bane. Are you kidding, man?
That shit was trash. That might have been the worst one out of all.
I'm done. We ain't having this conversation.
Nah, the one with Bane was actually dope.
No,
Man, I
dog.
can't have this
No, you
conversation.
cannot. Listen, dog. This nigga
Come
up here,
on,
dog.
T.
He was great from the plane, everything.
Bruh.
That was good.
Ooh, this nigga sounded like some old 1930s shyster and shit. You know what I'm
That's
saying? Batman, I'm going to let you here in the door. You know?
right, baby Bane with that mask. Hey,
Man, listen,
if you
dog,
remove
and no
the
juice.
mask,
And
it'll
no
be very
juice.
painful for you.
Listen, dog, they literally locked every
Dang,
police.
T, you really don't like Batman movies like that.
They
'Cause you
literally.
said you didn't like this recent one that came out either, right?
I wasn't a fan, dog.
Oh man, I think you just don't like Batman. Like, you don't like
I don't
Batman.
think you like
know that. That's
Batman,
it, dog.
man.
Listen, dog.
Because if you
Listen,
gonna
dog.
say the Michael Keaton '89 Batman and this new Batman
It's
that
been
came
better
out,
than all of them. All of them.
I'm done, man. I can't go no further. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Listen, dad. Listen.
Who do you trust?
Who you gonna
Trust.
trust?
It was like a music video. What the hell are you talking about compared to this?
Nigga,
You're
now
right in the comic
Jack
book.
Nicholson is more Joker than he is Jack Nicholson. You know what I'm saying? Like
He was Jack Nicholson in makeup. That's all he was
but
Jack.
I'm
His
saying,
name
but that's
was
what I'm
Jack.
saying though.
What are you
Like,
talking about?
but that's what I'm saying. Jack Nicholson is more Joker than Jack Nicholson.
Man.
Jack Nicholson is the embodiment of the Joker, dad.
Heath Ledger was the embodiment to me, but
Man, but he
I
had to go.
like Jack. Jack was mostly Jack. That's all he was. He was Jack Nicholson. That was just it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say he's more naturally the Joker and shit.
Like,
you know what I'm
people
saying?
hated Jack Nicholson's Joker. Like, I mean, the people that read Batman, when Mark Hamill went to do the Joker for the animated series, and they was like, oh, he was like, what kind of Joker? They just sent it back to him. Not
Said
not
Jack.
Jack. Right. Don't think him at all when you think Joker. That's all they said. They don't want that Joker at all. They was like, all right. They was like, do any other Joker, but not that one. That's not the Joker.
But listen, dog, that's the Joker. That's the unquestioned. That's like the quintessential Joker, dog. You know what I'm saying?
No, he ain't. But I like his Joker though. But it was just Jack. He was just Jack the whole time. He was Jack Nicholson.
But
Before he
dog,
got it, he was Jack.
exactly. But
And I
listen,
liked his sidekick, Bob. That was
Bob. That's my Bob.
Bob
Give me the
Pistol.
pistol. Give me the pistol. You know what I'm saying?
Bob Pistol.
Listen, you can't beat that, dog. The lines is so epic, dog. So epic. You know what I'm saying? This town needs an enema.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he had some
Did you like the
lines.
Joker?
Don't get me wrong. I don't dislike Jack, but if you going for comic book accurate Joker, he was not it at all.
But that's not what I'm necessarily looking for. But I think he as in terms of live action, like dog, you can't get. He was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, dog, I'm just gonna say, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am a fan of the older style of Batman, so I like the Adam West, and you know what I'm saying. I like that. I watched that when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So like, I think that before him, the only Joker was Caesar Romero and shit. You know
right.
what
It
I'm
was
saying?
Caesar.
And Caesar Romero, I liked him. You know what I'm saying? But like, he was a more like Jack was like a more psychopathic Caesar Romero, and that blew my mind back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it
I'm
was
a homicide.
perfect.
I'm the world's first homicidal artist.
Yeah.
Right. I like Jack.
Listen, dog.
Jack was different than every Joker was different.
Right.
Like he was mostly like homicidal. That was him, the first one. The second Joker, he was an arsonist.
Right.
Then Jared Leto one, he was the gangster. That was the one. That was the gangster version of Joker. There was three different Jokers all together. All three of those had different personalities.
That's true.
So that's what I'm saying. The Heath Ledger one was the arsonist one. He loved to see the world burn. That's why he always was blowing up stuff and burning stuff. That's why he burnt all that damn money. He was like, "Why do you care? It's mine."
I mean, they're all like you said. It's all they're all each different aspects of the Joker.
Right, they all different aspects because the Joker was never basically solidified as one thing.
Right.
The best person that played him to me was the one that nobody really talks about, and he's the best version of him was Jerome, the guy that was Jerome on Gotham. That was the best Joker. Jerome played that role to perfection. I said, man, that is the best performance of the Joker anybody had seen on the, like it was incredible.
I never watched Gotham.
I've never seen that.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Right?
I mean,
Yeah.
what was this?
The show Gotham.
Yeah, the show Gotham, and because they can't legally say the Joker and call him the Joker on the show, even though it's DC, they can't do it because they on television the Joker is only for like movies, like the television or the cartoons. For a television series, you couldn't use the word Joker, so they had to call it wrong. So it was a total thing. It was a whole thing, like on his whole history, the whole nine, and I loved it. I was like,
I'll let you slide because I ain't seen the Gotham. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't get no better than Jack, Dad. It just don't, man.
See, I just don't think you like Batman, man.
I love Batman.
Jack he was quick to shoot somebody real quick. That's just all it was. I mean, in any instance, he shot Bruce Wayne so quick. So as he came in there, hey, you want to get nuts? Hey, never rob another man's rhubarb. Man, right with that damn pistol.
Classic, Dad.
Where's the man?
That him? Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's him when he was young, man.
Oh,
And
man.
he ended up, nobody knew he was winding up gonna be the Joker. And boy, when he turned into the Joker, man, I was like, this was the greatest show online. I was like, man, Gotham was so good because no one knew he was gonna turn out to be the Joker. And I was like, I knew right away. I was like, he played this role to perfection. Jerome. I was like, Jerome was crazy, sinister, everything.
Are they not still making this? Are they?
No, it's all on Netflix, the whole show.
Okay.
Oh, it's on Netflix? Okay, for sure.
Yep.
I'm
The
gonna
whole
check it out.
series is on Netflix.
Yeah, see about it, man.
Jerome. Man, nah, Jerome was great. He had everybody on that bus. He killed everybody every week. That's right. And he refused every week. And then it got even more crazy. And then I was like, man, dude ended up cutting his face off and everything.
Oh,
for real?
Yeah, man, it got dark, man. It got real, real dark. I was like, I can't believe they showing this on Fox.
That was
And
on
then,
Fox?
Yeah, then the final season, what he looked like. And the final thing, when he finally fell into the acid and everything. In the final episode.
Damn.
He was trying to drop old girl in there.
So you like the last Batman movie, Sino?
I loved it. The music, everything.
Man,
Batmobile, the whole nine.
Even with emo Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I know. I knew he was gonna say the emo Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, that was him when he was in the asylum. He fell into the acid.
Oh,
shit! Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of grisly.
Yeah, that's.
Bro.
Oh yeah, I might have to check that out.
Yoked her up, and that's Harley Quinn.
Yeah, they had everybody in there. Yeah, he's back in full form, baby.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's
everything.
Yeah, that's when he finally fell into the chemicals, baby. But, yeah, he was the best one yet to have nailed every aspect of it. He was on the show Shameless. He was only supposed to be on there a couple episodes. He was so good, and the show rating shot up. They said, "Man, we got to find a workaround schedule. We bringing you back."
Okay.
Yeah, they had everybody. Solomon Grundy was on there, man.
Born on a Monday.
You gotta rewrite this situation.
They had all the villains I like. Then they had the house because what's his name? It's about Gordon when Gordon was younger. Okay. So that's it's about Lieutenant Gordon when he was just a cop. So Gordon was the cop in Gotham. They had everybody else, and they just trying to get all these criminals and the Joker and the Penguin out there doing their thing.
Yeah, because obviously Batman is not in it at all, right?
Well, Bruce Wayne is in it.
Okay. He hasn't become Batman yet.
Yeah, he's a little kid, so he's a little boy.
Okay.
So he's in it a lot. And Catwoman, she's a little girl, and then they know each other, Selena Kyle, and she got trained and how to use the whip and all that stuff. From the sister was on there. She used to use the whip all the time. And she ended up teaching Catwoman how to do it. She was doing burglary. She was just a little cat burglar, just doing little crimes. And Bruce Wayne hanging around her. And she teaching him how to be bad. And I met the whole cast. I was like, man, we was hanging out here in Chicago.
What?
Yeah, man. Shoot, Gotham and me, that was my show. I was like, this is my show. And dude, I was like, screw these other shows. Gotham, baby, we going all the way.
Man, I think that was at the time like everybody was in the Daredevil and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Daredevil was killing
Man, they
everything.
had the Flash out. They had damn, it was so much stuff out at that time. It was crazy. But yeah, I hung out with the cast of Gotham because I ran into them twice.
Okay.
So everybody's already familiar with you.
Have you been watching the Secret Invasion and all of that?
Oh yeah, I'm caught up. I'm waiting on the season finale next week.
Okay.
And it's supposed to lead into the Marvels. That's why they dropped the Marvels trailer today.
Yeah, I saw the one where what happened? Monica Rambeau got slammed up against the window. Something was going on and shit. But,
Yeah, that other chick slammed her and all that stuff, and
that's what I want. That's who I want to see. I want to see Monica Rambeau.
yes, I want to see that.
Crazy.
Oh, dude, trust me, they got her wearing nothing but a doggone slip.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, she's in. She was playing dude wife, and they was getting down up in that. What was that? Survivor's Remorse. The only good thing LeBron ever did in his life.
Nah.
Wait, what? She getting butt naked in that?
She was on there. Yeah, she was on the wife. She was the wife in that one. She came in there wearing the outfit because she's married to the dude. So she came in the bed, jumped in the bed with him, wearing nothing but that slip. And the boy, oh my goodness, let me go find Survivor's Remorse right quick. Pull that right on up.
Good.
Monica Rambeau is. Shoot.
Yes, and yes again.
Oh yes, I seen the Transformers movie. That was actually good as well too.
Oh yeah, I love that. But I was like, I knew LB.
Yeah.
I was like, LB gonna love this. This thing is so New York.
You said it's so New York.
It was extra New York.
It was. I can't even lie, man.
Tell him your name, man. You John Barrios, man, on 39th and Ave, man.
He was like, man, he was like, come on, we all squad up. I was like, whoa.
Stop it, dog.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, it was New York in the 90s. Dudes out there buying cable boxes. He was fixing cable boxes. Oh, man, I'm telling you, this was the livest Transformers they had made. I was like, it came on with Cream.
Oh,
yeah. I had a second hand. Mom bossed on old man. I'm like, whoa, what kind of movie is this? I was like, they was like in Staten Island and the Bronx. And the brother,
Brooklyn,
how to steal the cars. He was
and then the movie Juice started popping up as well too. I was like, damn.
All the music they played was all the hits from the 90s.
Yep. And then you see the posters of all the rappers.
Said, oh, damn, dude. Then I said, I saw who did it. It was Capel who did it. I said, oh, yeah, there you go. I knew a brother did it. I knew the brother did it.
Had to.
Said, bro, I knew a brother did this. Ain't no way you gonna open the way they did. Had a dialogue that they did.
Right.
And the way how the Transformers was talking, it was talking all through. I'm like, God damn.
The brother who was in there teaching them how to steal the car, man, how he dipped on him.
Right. He's like, man, you know, listen, it is what it is, man. You know, I ain't gonna dip on you, man.
Hell nah.
Dude, he was like, man, look, it's like 40 cops coming out.
Right.
Man dipped off and was like, hey, man, it's hot. He thought he had stole the car already. The Transformer was driving by himself. He thought he stole the car. Cause they was in there to steal the Porsche, and it was a Transformer. He started driving by himself. He was like, all right, dude, it's your first time. I understand. You're a little nervous, but you need to slow down.
Right.
He's like, look, man. All right.
Hey, remember when he came out the museum? This man was like, and then the Transformer seen him. He was like, oh, you still alive. Oh, good.
Yeah. Man, I was dying, man. Brother, man, kept me cracking up.
Oh, good. You still alive.
He wasn't trying to hit the car, drove by himself, man. He's like, man, the car driving by. I said, I know it feels like it's driving by itself. Man, you gotta slow it down. Yeah, hit the brake. Yeah, I know it. I know it feels like the car moving by itself. That's the first time. Still in the car, man. You gotta slow down, man. You gonna
That's funny as hell.
Yo, it was hilarious.
God, man. I was like, man, this is the funniest Transformers I've seen. Because that brother, man, I was like, I can relate to him already when he was buying them illegal cable boxes. He came, he's like, dog, you gonna make some real money. He's making them cable boxes. I was like, yeah, y'all don't know about them. We
Cable boxes.
track some people down.
Man, like my shit went out. My shit only lasted 2 days. Like,
I used to just
Right.
go on the pole. I used to go on the pole, and the neighbor. I used to climb the pole or the cable pole. The neighbors that had cable. I was like, all right, the neighbors got it. All I got to do is run a split. So I would run a split. You know, them three.
see, that was the cable man.
Right. I had a three-way split. I would put the neighbors in there, so the neighbors got theirs, and then we just split it from theirs. And now we get the cable from the neighbors. So,
Man,
Right.
cable.
Jumping up on a pole.
Dude, I was climbing the pole, dog. You know how they throw the belt around and used to climb up? I had my belt around my waist. I threw that thing around. Just climbing up there.
That man still turned into the cable.
Cable man. So I can get to the metal part where I put my feet up. I'm like, yeah, I can get there now. I'm on that. My grandfather was acting like he was concerned. My grandmother, get him, he could get hurt. My grandfather was like, you good? Now, if you're in trouble, just come down.
Just come down.
Man, he trying to watch the game.
He was like, the game finna come on now. Just go ahead. You sure you're okay? All right. I'm like, no, I almost got it. Trust me.
I ain't gonna bother you no more then.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you doing, man.
And the problem was that we couldn't get it because the lightning had hit the damn pole one time and burnt out our cable line. Like it was black. Ours was black. And they would have to change the whole thing, and that was gonna take a while. I was like, look, the game coming on. I ain't going to no neighbor's house.
Yeah, you gotta figure this out.
Right. So we finna figure this out right now. I'm finna go run a split from the neighbor's cable so they ain't lose their cable at all. I'm like, y'all cable gonna be off about a second. Just like I put that three-way split on there, had the neighbors on there, put ours on. Like, is it on? Yeah, it's perfect. I was like, there we go.
Where you get the splitter from?
Oh, you can go to any
Radio Shack.
Yeah.
Radio Shack. Man.
Put your three-way split, and that's it.
Yep.
I ran the cable line straight to that one, got the neighbor's cable line, put it on there, and hooked it up. The neighbors ain't so we good to go.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But see, you know what they tried to do with the cable boxes and shit, you know what I'm saying, was they was trying to give it that extra barrier and shit. Dudes were just breaking in and programming the cable boxes, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, we ain't need the box. That's the thing. As long as we had a box, we good. Because we was getting the cable from the neighbors. The neighbors was paying.
Oh, okay.
The neighbors was paying their bill. We good. We got one of the neighbors and say, hey, man, y'all late. Y'all need to get it.
Y'all man.
Niggas ain't pay their bill
back going. As long as they paying for it, like we got everything they paid for. So we was good.
Speaking of which, you gonna buy this Bud Fight or you gonna go to the bar?
Oh, I'm buying that because I want my money to be right here. I want my money right here. We ain't going nowhere. I ain't traveling nowhere to get it. You gonna be right here in this house. I want him here. I was like, bring Skiller, because all these Aerosmith fans, I want all of them lined up.
Terrence Crawford, man.
I just don't know what they be watching, dad. Like, I can understand if you like Errol Spence, but man, saying that he gonna beat Bud is just ridiculous, dog.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous, dog.
Yeah, they ain't built the same. I'm trying to tell
At
him, I'm like, dog, I see the doubt. I see the doubt in Arrow whole body language.
You see the body language? Oh
He
man.
give it the college try. I was like, he out there ready to give it the college try. He like, I'm gonna go on out there and do my thing, man. I'm just gonna go and do. I'm like, Terrence is out there that's like, man, I'm finna prove a point with you.
Right.
Listen, I don't
That
see
man
that.
look cut up. That
I
man
don't
looks
see any
ready. He's ready to go.
I don't see any scenario where Spence doesn't end up on the mat, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you seen a knockout?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I don't see
I
this
got
man no way.
I got the outcome as a knockout, basically.
Yeah,
Like
I got it as a
TKO knockout.
stoppage too.
Yeah, I got it as a stop.
What round?
I don't have the rounds. I don't know.
What round you got, Cino?
Oh, I got about 6 or 7.
6 and 7? Damn.
Yeah, I got about 6 or 7 rounds. I don't think he gonna last. I mean, them body shots, dog. When Errol get hit with them body shots, that boy gonna fold like some laundry. It's gonna be a wash and fold.
Oh man. Yeah, that man Terrence Crawford, he looking
He
like
doing
he
all
ready
this
to knock.
talking. That ain't normally Errol. Errol don't talk like that. He like, I'm seeing a one-sided ass whooping. I'm like, me too, Errol.
Right. Like, no, he didn't. He sees a one-sided.
Like, shoot, me too.
Yeah, he said he see that. I said, me too.
Bruh.
He don't understand. Errol think he the best boxer. He's not the best boxer. You ain't the better fighter than him. You're not athletic. He has Bud has longer arms, and he knows how to use his distance and range. He uses athleticism, and he can fight at different angles. So you ain't gonna be able. He's normally fought a whole bunch of stiffs that are flat-footed and stand right in front of him.
Oh,
Bud
yeah,
can
for
fight
the
you
Errol.
at angles and
Crawford moves around.
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford could attack you at any angle and he can counterpunch you. He's faster than you. You throw everything hard and you telegraph everything. You easy to get countered. I didn't watch you get woke up about 4-5 times in the fights. They dropped you from 154 because he started out as a 54 fighter and he was getting his bell rung. So they dropped him down to 147 and started putting him in there with these lightweights to build his record up. He ain't fought nobody with these little dudes. He wasn't even fighting no real welterweight. You fighting all these little dudes.
Is that what
Danny Garcia, Chris Algieri? I'm like, these are 140, 135-pound fighters. Who you fooling?
Man,
you ain't fooling me.
and see, the thing is, he really ain't looked good since his accident. You know what I'm saying?
No, it ain't even an accident. He wasn't looking good. Like, no, he supposed to be like man down. I'm like, no, Errol go to the card spins. Everybody going to the cards. What the hell are you doing? You ain't stopping nobody. The Ugas fight, Ugas is on his way to the cards. If his eye socket is, he just broke his eye socket.
Yeah, if you couldn't stop Ugas, like he was struggling with Ugas too. You know,
Ugas almost beat him. He almost stopped him in the 9th round with a body shot. That's what I told you. He come in fat as hell. He come in fat as hell, and then he thinking he finna win a fight coming in fat like that. I'm like, yo, he was in the damn thing. They edited for the Showtime thing. They edited. I got the real photo. So I was like, I already seen you. You fat, and it was on my Instagram. Like, yeah, Errol Fat Boy Spence coming in there all fat as hell. That's why the fight wasn't happening last time, because he wasn't even training. So I was like, the fight ain't happening because Errol ain't in shape. Dog, he get about 190 pounds.
He said he hasn't had sex in 8 weeks.
190 pounds.
Dog, he was 190 pounds. 190.
Wow.
Fat, talking about, that's why no fight was happening in no December. And Bud was training all this time, staying in shape. He was like, man, y'all ain't trying to make this fight happen. They trying to stall it out the next year to right now, right? He wanted to stall it out to now. So the fight happening, but he wanted to get a fight in between. That's why this dude ain't had a fight in about 2 years. He fought Ugas almost 2 years ago.
Yep. Yep, that was a while. And he ain't fought since then, huh?
Yep. He ain't had a fight since then. That's it.
Crazy.
Right there. He was sitting around getting fat as hell. He was 190. wasn't training at all. Talking about somebody ducking him. I'm like, who the hell ducking your fat ass?
They fighting at 147.
Yeah, they fighting at 47. This is the last time he just went through a fat camp. That's all he did was go through a fat camp.
You doing nothing but cardio?
And see, now he gonna be tired. Now he gonna be tired. You know what I mean?
He's gonna be tired.
He's gonna be all wore out because of excessive training for trying to make weight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm like, y'all better know. I told my boy, I'm like, dog, I shouldn't even be showing you this because I'm just gonna get your money anyway. I know you. You gonna bet me anyway, just to bet. But you gonna bet on this fat bastard. Look at him. Look how puffy that belly is. This is the photo shoot day. Look at this damn gut hanging out. I'm like, you looking like me? You a professional fighter. You ain't gonna be looking like me.
Boy.
That boy coming in there with a half a keg. Little baby keg.
Baby keg.
Look, that true. He's stretching that whole damn thing out. Like, he don't look like that now. I'm like, yeah, because he done went through camp. And went through the weight loss.
Did a whole
camp.
bunch of cardio.
Back in shape. So yeah, but let's see. But that's what I'm saying. When you do that, get all fat and then go try to lose the weight back, that's gonna make you weaker. But stay ready.
Yep. That's the best way to be is to stay ready.
Blood don't drink and don't smoke. This dude drinks and smokes.
Wow,
man,
I ain't going with nobody like that. This fat boy coming in here looking like that. They blocked this video from going out, period. They ain't want this having no traffic.
This dude, they edited that stuff and photoshopped it for the video. This is what he really looked like, coming in there looking all fat for the photo shoot. See what I tell you? This boy was every bit of 190 pounds. This dude, they edited that stuff and photoshopped it for the video. This is what he really looked like, coming in there looking all fat.
Yep, looking fat. Arrow, fat boy spin.
Gave him the Instagram thought filter and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they did for the video, trying to make it look like he was ready to go.
Cutting everything.
Arrow, fat boy spin.
Man,
listen, man. Hey, yeah, what is it gonna be? Is it a straight up 50-50 split?
Oh hell no, it ain't. But if in the rematch it flips, that's the thing. They got it. Whoever win the fight, it flip in the rematch.
Okay. So what is it? 60-40 then?
I think it's like 60-40.
Okay.
For Arrow.
That's ridiculous, man. But Bud shouldn't have to take the short end of the stick like that, dad. That's ridiculous. Yeah, Bud just want to make the fight happen. Yeah, he just want to make the fight happen. He just want to make
it happen.
You know what I'm saying? But that's really unfair, dad. Because
Arrow
ain't got no. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't like Arrow got the rep like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here, dad.
Yep.
How old is Terrence Crawford?
Was he 34?
34, 35, and he better. They was like, yeah, he old. I'm like, yeah, he's right
been killing it.
Right, he had prime weight. He had prime condition. I'm like, he ain't no average 30. I'm like, yeah, he 30 or 30 something years old if you've been tearing yourself up and drinking and getting Arrow been getting smacked up with cars. He's been in 3 car accidents.
If you stay in shape, you're gonna be good.
Right. He been in 3 car accidents. He getting drunk. He getting smoking all the time. He in the press conference, man, we gonna smoke you. We smoke Bud. I'm like, yeah, there you go.
Nah.
All right, man, we smoke Bud around here. I'm like, yeah, you
all righty then.
You finna get your money so you can have a nice retirement. You gonna get dusted off in the first one. There ain't gonna be a need for a rematch. Then he gonna go to 54.
Yeah, I'm saying you better hope it's a rematch, Doc. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say it ain't gonna be no rematch. He gonna go to 54. Ain't no way he finna try to make 47 again. His fat ass ain't no way. He finna get it one time and that's it. He finna get his ass blasted. And after he get blasted in this fight, that's gonna be it.
Wait, they gotta get down to 147?
Yeah, then he gonna get his mouthpiece knocked out again.
So he went from 190 to 147. Oh
yep.
no!
He had months to do it. Yep. And now he got it. Everybody was saying, "Hey, you gonna have a problem making the weight?" No, I'm gonna make the weight. Well, we gonna see. We gonna see
Damn.
if this guy make it.
But is there anybody else at 147 for Bud? Is Bud gonna have to go up too?
You're gonna go to 54 too. There ain't gonna be no. I mean, Boots Ennis is at 47 right now, and I might let Boots go on and get himself. You ain't gonna get no money fighting Boots, so ain't no need even staying out. Like, dude, I ain't fighting a guy named Boots. I'm like, look, it's gonna be who's gonna win, me or Boots. I'm like, Boots
He had
sound like
to lose 43 pounds.
Disney movie.
Pussy
like,
Boots
look,
McGinnis.
Right. I'm like, dude, you gotta build your name up, dog. You gotta fight somebody. I say most of these dudes now, they just talk their way into fights. They don't even fight nobody. I called you out on Instagram. You ain't see my post. It's like, no, win a fight and call somebody else, you bastard. You're doing all this damn talking, like the Charlos. They ain't fought in like 3 years. Sitting there talking. Yeah, I'm come on Canelo. I want him. I want him.
Yeah, that's
damn. The other dude ain't fought in 2 years. He had one fight in 2 years. Canelo done had 7, and he talking. I'm like Jamal Charlo at 160. I'm like, dude, you ain't had a memorable fight at 160 since you've been there. Just retire already. Get out the way.
Yeah, like I'm sitting there trying to think the last person I heard one of them. I think the last fight I heard them having was the dude he fought from the D, and he got his ass whooped. Now, I guess they fought twice and shit.
Yeah, he was losing that fight, and dude got knocked out. He just caught him and knocked him out. Man, I was mad as hell because I was like, I told you he was gonna get whooped. Yeah, he was like, man, you just hate the Charlos because of that incident y'all got into. I was like, man, look. It was gonna be over for the Charlos if I got my hands on one of them. Y'all wouldn't have heard nothing about it. I was so mad. I'm like, dog, they know who they was talking to. They knew they could talk like that to Sean. They couldn't talk like that. He's a reverend. So you talk that way to him, he's just gonna be like, oh man, well, forget it. I ain't gonna talk to y'all, man. Like we'll just go our separate ways. I was like, give me the phone number. Because I'm like, look, if they mad at me, they should be talking to me. I want him to talk to me. I talked to Jamel, everything was cool. He was like, oh, okay, so it was a misunderstanding. I'm like, yeah, it was a misunderstanding. I don't even know, y'all blowing up. He was like, that's cool. It's just my brother, man. He's just a hothead, man, And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, all right, Mel was cool about it. Then I was like, Jamal come around. I was like, let me talk to him. And when I started talking to him, he was, man, I already talked to the other guy. I'm like, no, I'm the guy. You said you had a problem with me, but I already told him about it. No, you got to tell me about it. What's your problem? What's your problem? No, I'm just saying, man, I already told him, man, I ain't like you ain't like it, then why didn't you talk? Did you read it? No, so you don't even know what you're talking about, right? So you just going off what somebody that told you. I was like, you should have talked to me or talked to him and said, hey, man, get him on the phone. I mean, we all could have talked. I was like, man, like men and handle it. But no, I talked to the other guy. I was like, no, you talking to me now. And I was like, you know what? I already took it down, but I wish I'd have kept it up just so you could see it to make y'all look stupid. But you know what? You talked to him already, and it's clear. And now I'm taking everything y'all got down right now. So this is dead right now. I don't want to hear it no more. He was like, man, you know what? Just after this, just lose my number. I'm like, oh, you think I want to talk to you? You think I want to call you, dog? I don't want to talk to you. You ain't nobody. You're not Mayweather or somebody. You think you make money for us or something? I'm like, you ain't Mayweather. You ain't Pacquiao. You ain't making no money for us. So we don't make no money off you. We doing y'all the favor. We don't need y'all. What the hell are you talking about?
That's some shit. Yeah, that's some shit that a chick would say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My number. My number. Oh my God. Wait, no, are you serious right now?
Right.
No, I'm like, no, you thought you were talking to Sean. Yeah, that's why you ain't want to talk to me. You want to talk to him. Because you knew you could go talk to him and get away with that. You ain't gonna talk. He's like, I told the other guy. No, you got to tell it to me.
Said, nah, I want to talk to
It's
the
a
Reverend.
whole different conversation. Me and him had a whole different conversation. He did not want that conversation at all. No, man, I already told him. No, you gonna tell it to me.
Nah.
You wanted a nigga
Said,
here
nah,
now.
man, I want to talk to the Reverend.
Right. You wanted a nigga here now.
Nigga is here.
Now we finna
arrived.
talk nigga bonics. Let's go.
Man.
Yeah, we got real. Like, yo, what's up? Yeah,
And do you think
it is what it is. You don't like it, then take it up with the person who did it. Right. I mean,
you think that Shakur fight?
That was the thing. We did an interview with somebody. He knew who said it. He mad at us. I was like, yo, you mad at us for doing the interview, but you ain't mad at the person that said it? I was like, oh, you a hoe. And I was like, man, you all kind of hoe.
I kind of remember you said, y'all did an interview and he said somebody said something in the interview they didn't like and shit.
Yeah, and he gonna act like a total hoe about the whole situation. And that told me that's why they've been getting treated. Ever since then, everybody been treating them. You've been seeing it. I was like, dude, just threw a drink on him, like smacked him in the face, smacked his brother in the face. I'm like, dude, they all talk, but when you call them out, they bow down. They did that with Danny Jacobs, and the same thing. The same thing happened with Danny Jacobs.
Crazy.
Danny Jacobs was like, what? He turned and man got in his face. He was, oh man, I was just saying, and I was trying to get a fight. You about to get in a fight right there.
Like, no, a fight I'm gonna get paid for, man. I want to get my ass whooped for free.
Yeah, he was about to get
right. Body for free.
Yeah, because I ain't care how many his cousins, brothers, because I knew that's what was gonna happen. They was gonna be the ones to come up, and they was gonna get hurt. I was like, it was gonna be if we all gonna be hurt, somebody going down. I'm not going down alone. Somebody coming with me. I'm be going to the hospital. So about 3-4 of us, we gonna be fighting, getting rolled out. I'm gonna be still throwing punches. What, son? What?
Where they from? The Charlos.
Oh, Houston.
Houston, okay.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Didn't the Charlos act like they know who D-Dak was?
We knew them since they was younger. That's the thing that made it crazy. It's like, dog, we've been knowing y'all since y'all was younger. That's what's so insane.
Are they starting to act Hollywood?
Yeah, they was acting like that before they even made it. That's what I'm saying. They making it because they're twins. They're identical twins. That's the only reason they got pushed.
That's their gimmick.
Right. That's they basically a gimmick. They work hard, but they just not skilled. And they have basic skill. They will get hurt, like fighting these other fighters. And you're gonna see that when Canelo get rid of this other Charlo, Jamel. He's actually the better one. So this is actually the better fight for him. But Jamel's gonna get hurt. And once he gets in there, he think he can just load up and throw shots at Canelo like he is going to do. And think he gonna bully Canelo, and Canelo gonna sit there and let him keep coming forward and let him think he's doing something. And when he get cracked,
put money on that one.
Yeah, he gets cracked for real by Canelo. Poof, poof. He go, whoa, and Canelo hit him in the body. Poof. Yeah, all them Big Macs and shit. That shit ain't help you. That quarter pounder with cheese when you should have been eating meatloaf.
Not the Big Mac.
And some greens. And this damn, hey, did you hear Matt Barnes? Man, this dude was talking about Detroit, man. Like, what the hell?
No, what he say?
Oh, this fool. He went way. They went and got me like I live in Detroit.
Wait, what he said about Detroit?
Did you hear Matt Barnes, man? He talked about the Pistons, like, man, because he's like, the Pistons sent them an offer. Austin Reeves was like, yeah, the Pistons sent me an offer. Oh, no, you don't want that. Detroit, no, you don't want Detroit. I'm like, look, Detroit got money, food. He'll be lucky if anybody send him a deal. Now mad as hell at Matt Barnes. Well, I'm like, dude, if I see Matt Barnes right now, I'm cussing him out.
Yeah, oh, pretty hair ass.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, how these dudes, he was a role player. I'm like, you lucky to be in the G League. Detroit wouldn't even take you.
No, you could not have played for the D back then and shit, dog.
Right.
You know
You
what I'm
couldn't even
saying?
play for us.
Oh, I'll be sure ass nigga, man.
I'll be unsure. I'll be unsure. That's what he is.
Yeah,
Hillbilly Kobe.
Like he was a somebody. That's what I'm saying, man. They get these podcasts and they start changing their life. Like, yeah,
start trying to change history, right?
Right. Like they were the greatest thing. Like Jack talking about, man, I was better than Vince Carter.
Yeah, we took down a
no,
number
he
one
didn't say
team.
that.
Calvin Jack, baby.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Calvin Jack.
Yeah, he said that, man, I'm better than Vince Carter. I was like, what?
Delusional niggas run together, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot who else he said he was better than. I think he said he was better than Ray Allen.
Yeah, Ray Allen. A lot of people that's better than him. Everybody he named was better than him.
Yeah, like, come on, man.
I'm like, this man, Steven Jackson.
He's more noted for the brawl and the malice at the palace than anything else.
Oh, and he said he was better than Ginobili.
Yeah.
No.
Because he was on the team. That's what got him off the team. If you was better than Ginobili, they would have kept you and let Ginobili go.
Right.
Clearly, dog.
Yeah,
he said, man, I was way better than Ginobili, man.
And he was mad because that's the thing that got him kicked off the team. Because he was in there against Ginobili, man, in the camp, and he just going crazy, talking nuts. So they ended up getting him off the team, man. Paul was like, you know what, we're not gonna let you go.
Right.
He was trying to intimidate Ginobili at the camp and shit.
If we're being honest, he said it. I know, maybe we're not being honest here, but that shouldn't be on nobody's.
We always honest on this show.
But,
fuck that.
Yeah, no, it was like I said, really trying to put me in a position to, be able to get a roster spot. We knew that there was a high interest for a two-way, so we didn't really have to press. And that's what everything in the draft would have been from 42 and on would have been basically a two-way agreement. So we didn't have to press, and I didn't really have to hear my name called either. I mean, obviously I wanted to, but it was all about, playing the long game. Yeah, so basically we tiered teams, best fit for me. And LA was, I think, 2 on the list at the time. Milwaukee might have been 1, but they were tier 1. And I think Detroit called.
That should be on nobody's tier.
If we're being honest. He said it. No, maybe we're not being honest here, but that shouldn't be on nobody's tier.
We always honest on this show. Fuck that.
Yeah, no, it was.
So, yeah.
Your name is Captain Jack. You known for capping, nigga. Stop it.
Matt Barnes gonna talk. That's like we always are. This is what got them waxed by Kwame Brown, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. Exactly, Dad.
That's what always gets them all the time, man. And then they be acting like, wait, I gotta go back and listen to what I said. I don't really remember what I said. I'm like, bruh, y'all talk too much, man.
Right.
And then act like y'all didn't say it. That's the problem.
Yep.
And then when you run into somebody that is from Detroit, then they be like, well, what did you say? Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. You know what I'm saying? It's always like that, man. It's people, man. It's crazy. Hillbilly Kobe, man.
Don't nobody be watching niggas no ways, man. I didn't even hear about that shit.
He's like, I didn't even hear about it. I wouldn't have heard about it either if they didn't bring it to me right there. They was like, man, look at the clown talking about the D.
Trash, bro.
Yeah,
them niggas is like the new school salt and pepper and shit.
Oh yeah, wait till he come to Detroit for a function. Believe me, if he don't think Detroit gonna remember.
Hey, but like I said, he better hope. He probably said it because ain't nobody gonna hear that shit. You know,
Right? I didn't even know he said that.
Austin Reeves said, "Hey, you said that. I did."
Right, I ain't say.
He's like, shoot, I gotta go to Detroit. I gotta go